I am the Wizard of Odyssey, and I possess the key to create a video game challenge. The keyboard from Odyssey 2. You can type your name on the screen. What wizardry? Change grids, or design whole new ones at will. Or play master strategy games like The Quest for the Rings, or 50 other games. Believe me, the Odyssey 2 keyboard is the key to greater challenge.
Available at Minnesota Fats.
There's lots more live on NBC. The Great American Small Dog Float with Bert Hart.
Down in the basement with the VHS. On a scale of 1 to 6, which one is the best? Ninjas, monsters, rock and roll. I got analog blood and a beta soul. Neon Lord with the glug jug handy. The night's the night for raviolis for Randy. Raviolis, raviolis for Randy. Raviolis, raviolis for Randy. Mac and me, Munchie and Mandy. Raviolis, raviolis for Randy. Raviolis for Randy tonight.
For 909-5464. Go get the phone. I said get it, not eat it.
And here we go. Ripped from the pages of the Pastanomicon and filmed in glorious metadata vision comes Ravioli for Randy. Season 2. You know, I was trying to think about this. I think it might be episode 5. Season 2, episode 5. No, season 2, episode 4, right? So
I thought it was episode 2.
No, we had Levi, Hambone.
Oh yeah, I guess
Halloween special episode, season 2, episode 4.
Ciao paisans. Let's just call it episode 4. Happy Thanksgiving, Neon Lord, and to all the people out there in Spaghetti Land. It's good to see you. I'm happy you didn't choke to death.
Yeah, hopefully you ripped the proper end of the wishbone.
Did you have good food?
Oh yeah, basic. You don't mess with tradition. You don't experiment on Thanksgiving. You get the turkey. You get the stuffing. You get I don't know, pretty much that. I don't know. There's like a weird like corn thing that I think my sister, my dad makes. That's pretty much it for me. But I get
green bean casserole.
I don't mess with the green bean casserole, but it is there.
The crispy things on top with mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
You gotta have the mashed potatoes.
I didn't eat any mashed potatoes this year. I skipped over them.
Something's wrong with you then.
But what about you? What'd you guys have? Same?
Yeah, well, the rest of the family, they had the turkey, they had a ham.
Do you have a furkey?
No, they had regular turkey.
No, for you.
Normal.
No, for you.
For me, I had something absolutely wonderful. It
can
really
only
was
imagine.
delicious. It was a holiday loaf.
Oh my God.
It was delicious. It tastes just like meat. It was made of seitan, and it was delicious. We tried 2. There was one that was just a regular loaf, and then we got one that was kind of like fake beef Wellington with the crispy crust of the bread around it. It was delicious. Mashed potatoes, stuffing, green bean casserole. But I ate too much. I didn't even partake in dinner.
A holiday loaf.
In dessert.
I figured that's what you meant.
But I made up. Today for breakfast I had pumpkin pie, and then for lunch I had another piece of pie. So I'm having all of my desserts today. Very unhealthy, but I am celebrating. It seems like, I don't know, it's nice. Like everybody's jovial. Like everybody's in the holiday spirit.
Totally.
At Halloween, we talked about it. It was off the chain this year. Mm-hmm. Everybody was out and about. Thanksgiving, I never got so many messages or calls. It was very different this year. It was like, I know the past couple of years were rough on everybody. Like everybody's coming out now. The holidays are nice. I don't even care if they got Christmas stuff the day after Halloween anymore. People want to celebrate, let them. It's nice.
It's funny. Yeah, chat's off the hook talking about
punishment, homemade ravioli. God bless. Good.
But like everybody talks about like Christmas after Halloween, but when we were in Germany, they put Christmas stuff out in August.
That really?
Yeah, they don't mess around with Christmas. I mean, Christmas is huge there. and they don't do they don't do Halloween like we do.
Yeah,
But they had like some stuff out, but it's not like they don't like go door to door or anything.
it's nice. As I get older, I enjoy the holidays more and more. But I also find myself going back in the time machine and looking at old scans of J.C. Penney and Sears catalogs.
Yeah.
Like there's something wrong with me. They were magical.
I mean, the Amazon catalogs kind of fulfill that same thing.
For my kids, they do. They're circling the things and they get all excited.
Yeah, it's the same, but they just don't do the diorama, right? So you have like
I know.
Somebody like builds like a whole set and then sets it all up. It was impressive.
The dirt and the gravel, you had the terradome, all that. Yeah. They really used to do it up. Little smoke from the ice, the dry ice. That's good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
But today, as we're coming down off of Thanksgiving, we said to ourselves, let's talk about some of the greatest moments of food in film.
Yeah. So I did it a little different, as I always do. So technically I don't have any honorable mentions in the beginning. So
okay.
So I took 6 categories, and then I put a couple of movies for each one.
Oh, very nice.
So I changed it up a little bit.
You just took the plan and threw it right out the window, but I'm sure it will work.
But no, it's all so okay. To preface that, so number 6 for me is the best use of food as a plot device.
Oh, okay. You have won back my respect. This is a very mature way to do this, Mr. Neon Lord.
Well, so so without going into like every single list, so food is a little bit more abstract and there's a lot more things. So I mean, like, yes, so food as a plot device could also, some of the movies can interchange into that area, but like I picked my 2 favorites. Some of them have more than 2 in there, but my couple movies that really stuck out to me for those. That's kind of just how I interpreted it, the homework.
I think that's a very highbrow approach, which will really contrast my number 6. Get ready for that.
Yeah.
So talk to me a little bit about this. Tell me the plot. Give me a movie that uses a plot device.
All right. So best use of food as a plot device. So my honorable mention is like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory / Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, right? So like the plot device is food driven, essentially, right? Technically, they don't know that they're gonna win a chocolate factory, but they're taking a tour of a chocolate factory. Well, actually, they do know that it's all you can eat chocolate, all you can eat till the end, like, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah. So with that being said, they go, comedy and peril ensues as the kids get picked off one by one, but by food. By food like traps. It's essentially Saw before Saw, right?
Yeah, it really is. That's a very great way to put it. It is like a candy-coated Saw, particularly the tunnel sequence where they decapitate the dove. That's that got me as a kid.
Oh yeah, that whole tunnel scene, because they're like,
I've never seen 10,000 tapes in one store.
There's so much kid stuff. And I can keep them for 3 evenings.
Now this is a video store. Ordinary video stores don't even come close to Blockbuster Video. You've just got to see it to know what we mean.
Wow. Wow.
Wow, what a difference. Blockbuster Video.
Come discover the Blockbuster difference.
Wow.
Okay, I think we're back.
Probably the 3 feet of snow on your roof still.
Yeah, we're back. We're back. Let's see. I'll just wait a minute. Yeah, no, the kids didn't die, technically. Punishment.
They had to squeeze one of them. They had to squeeze all the juice out of one. I don't know. Augustus Gloop. Things didn't look too good for him.
Well, so
if I had to play the death bingo, he would be on it. I never saw a recovered Augustus Gloop. I only saw him stuck in the tube.
So like have you watched the Johnny Depp Tim Burton remake?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind it. I like it. But at the end of that, they do show the kids, like, I'll be like a little disfigured, but they show them all alive leaving the factory.
All right, so we didn't get that in the Gene Wilder one.
Of course
we
not.
We get no evidence of the kids actually surviving.
So the Tunnel of Terror, right before we cut off, I was saying they probably said, let's put the crazy stuff we can splice in this 35 millimeter because no one's going to ever see this movie again. Lo and behold, VHS comes out, the dawn of the home video, and then now we got DVD, Blu-ray. People can pause it and see all the stuff that they put in.
That's right. That's right. That was the time where you only got to see it only a couple times on the TV or the VHS. All right, we're back. It looks like everybody says we're back. If you refresh, we're back. Very good.
We are back.
So what else do you have as movies, as food as a plot device?
So my number one is Motel Hell.
The pig-headed chainsaw warrior.
Yes. Do you know about like it's all about like the farmer's fritters there that he makes out of people? He like farms them.
One of my favorite Fangoria covers of all time, which led me to watch that movie.
Interesting. Go on.
Oh no, so that was like I just remember that Fangoria is the thing. When I think of Fangoria, that's the one that pops out in my head.
Yeah, but
because I was terrified by that. And I think that was one of the ones that my mother would never let me rent, so I had to go over to my friend's house and we got that.
Sorry, chat's like asking what they missed. I said nothing. We stopped.
No, we stopped. Everybody's back on track.
Yeah, we're good. We talked a little Wonka, talked a little Motel Hell. They spoiler alert if you haven't seen this movie from the 80s, which is really good. It's a really good movie. It's made very well. It's like a little dark humor involved, but they kidnap travelers and use their meat for their special sausage meat or whatever.
They spent a lot. I think they spent a lot of their budget on lighting, and they did a nice job on it. I do like that movie very much.
No, it's a great movie, definitely. So okay, so what is your number 6?
My number 6. Oh, I rewatched it the other day in preparation, and it is just as gross as ever. One of the most underrated movies of the early 90s. I think it's early 90s. It would be number 6 for Joey Royale. Food scenes, meal scenes, if you will. The hot dog choo-choo train scene in Nothing But Trouble, starring Chevy Chase, John Candy, and Dan Aykroyd, and Demi Moore. Have you seen this, Bri?
I have not.
Oh, my God. All right, long story short. Chevy Chase gets pulled over in this creepy town.
Wait, is that... Okay, go on. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Dan Aykroyd's like this the cop, elderly, right? Decrepit judge.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's just there's these two like fat giant baby beasts that are around a junkyard. There's kids. Anyways, he has them. So the judge has them all sit down at the table. He presses a button, and like the inside leaf of the table drops, and his train pops up, and they serve the most disgusting sausages. And he demands that they put these condiments on it. Oh, it is.
Yeah, I'm looking at pictures of the sausages now.
Oh my God!
You know what it reminds me? Oh, go ahead.
It's a disturbing movie. I thought as a kid it was scary because there's really no hope and it's very surreal. But this is like all those guys at their peak, and they were probably just like, let's just go all out and do something wacky. Really cool, disturbing movie. And they're all eating these disgusting sausages, and a train comes around, like a little electric train comes around with all the fixins. And I won't spoil it because it's just too disgusting. But there's a scene where Chevy Chase looks up at Dan Aykroyd, and his nose has turned into another appendage. It's very disturbing and disgusting, but highly recommend it if you have not seen Nothing But Trouble.
Interesting. I've seen stuff about it. I've never watched it. The prosthetic work in it is really good.
Yes, it is. It is. And you get to see John Candy in drag.
Excellent.
It's wonderful.
It reminds me of the Burbs when it seems like that same vibe, but also when they go to the Klopex's house for the first time and they offer him sardines and pretzels.
Oh, another great use of food in the show.
Yeah, I wish I had thought of it for the list, but then they make they literally Carrie Fisher forces Tom Hanks to eat one out of like goodwill, and like you could hear like the moist bite of the sardine and
that is, you know what, man, I got goosebumps because he does. That is master acting right there. The
Yeah.
way he eats that cracker.
Absolutely.
That's a very good point, Brian. I love that one.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that is a great movie.
Nothing But Trouble. John, because that made me go down the John Candy hole.
Oh yeah,
But
Kenosha Kickers.
mentioning John Candy, you
Yeah,
can't go wrong with what is it?
Uncle Buck.
No, the one where he eats the steak, the big one. He eats like the 60 ounce ribeye with Dan Aykroyd. What is that one? Not oh boy, is it Summer Rental? It's one of those. It's one of those goofy John Candy, Dan Aykroyd jams.
Yeah,
It's like, you have to eat the whole steak in a certain amount of time. Like
I'm
now
sure.
we're used to it because there's all those competitive eating shows, but back then
Yeah,
that was a big deal.
I'm sure chat will bring it up.
So that's my number 6. Nothing But Trouble, the disgusting sausage hot dog train.
All right, I'm interested in your list. I think it's going to be interesting. The Great Outdoors.
Great Outdoors. That's
yeah.
it. Thank you very much, Empress. Great Outdoors. That's
Perfect.
the one.
So my number 5 subcategory is best use of food as a weapon.
All right.
So honorable mentions. I got 2 honorable mentions. Is Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Well done.
We talk about that a lot, so I didn't want to like harp on it too much. I think we talked about it pretty hard in the last episode with the cotton candy, silly straws.
The cotton candy cocoons.
Cotton candy cocoon. Yep.
Yeah.
Left out the most important part. Yep. Cotton candy cocoon people, and then I believe they just drink their blood out of the straws.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I don't know if
Why
it's
not?
ever explicitly explained what they're drinking, but I could only imagine it's either brains or blood. So I'm gonna go with blood because it's probably easier out of a straw.
Yeah, sure. The brains would get stuck. It'd be like boba tea.
Yeah, and then another honorable mention is Ichi the Killer, a Takashi Miike Japanese movie where so this Yakuza boss goes missing and ends up being like a whole thing to find it. But there's this guy, Kakihara is his name. He's got slits on his mouth and he like seals them shut with like piercings. He's like the sadistic dude. And so they find another rival Yakuza member and they torture him to, I know it's really bringing the whole scene down. They torture him to find out where their boss is, but he actually suspends him from the ceiling with chains and then fries shrimp and then throws the hot grease on his back as a weapon.
Oh man.
Brutal stuff. So I had to Ninja Turtles 2 food as a weapon scene. That is true. I do talk about the pepperoni chucks a lot, but I had to put that in because I always think about it. But my food as a weapon choice, you ever see Shoot 'em Up?
No, I never saw Shoot 'em
So
Up.
Shoot 'em Up is like Clive Owen is like this like just quintessential over the top action star. Supposedly it's like Looney Tunes in real life is kind of like what they say because he eats a carrot, but he kills
All right.
dude. He kills a dude with a carrot, like he shoves it through his throat, and like that one. I mean, you can't top that. A carrot as
How have I missed this movie? What?
Yeah.
Shoot 'em Up?
Shoot 'em Up.
This from the 90s?
It is the 2000s.
Really?
Yeah,
All
so
right.
it is like it's like remember that the Grindhouse resurgence?
Yeah.
It was like around that time. So Drive Angry came out at the same time. The Nicolas Cage Drive Angry.
Yeah.
All the Grindhouse with the Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez double feature thing, and a bunch of those movies at that time. So it's got
All right,
that.
I gotta watch that then. That might be the go to bed movie tonight.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, Punishment's talking about seeing it in theater. I saw it in theater too. It was phenomenal. It's worth a watch. So a lady has a baby and he shoots the umbilical cord off. That's how.
Oh my god!
That's how he like delivers the baby.
Wonderful.
And then shoots the cord off. But it's like oh crap! I just thought of another movie at that. Oh, Crank and Crank 2.
I don't know that one.
Jason Statham's heart. He has to keep it charged.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I saw Crank 1 then. Yes.
Yeah. It's kind of like along those. Just
That's
over
an anxiety-inducing film.
Oh, absolutely. And then Running Scared, the one where the newer one, where the kid has like the witness a murder maybe. He has like he's hiding the gun or something.
I thought I saw a Running Scared.
There's the old one that Ben talked about. Hambone talked about a Running Scared, but it was like the original '80s one. Yeah, Hardcore Henry is a newer film along those lines. Yeah, but that's like Hardcore Henry's like third person or first person. You see the whole movie in the first person view.
All right. So I have a list now. I've been writing these down.
Yeah, Shoot 'em Up, highly recommended. It's over the top awesome. It's like
A Man Killed with a Carrot.
Yeah, it kills a man with a carrot. I believe it falls within the 90 minutes or so. Let me just double check on that for you. Jamie, pull that up real quick. So as I
Running Scared is also my favorite Roy Orbison song.
Interesting. I didn't know people still liked Roy Orbison.
Oh, people still like Roy. I'll leave this right now. You got me stuttering. People still. Everybody will always listen to Roy Orbison. You kidding me?
It's an hour 26 minutes, but I'm just glad I totally got you. Like
you take that back about Roy Orbison, you son of a gun.
They're defending you in the chat. They're saying Roy Orbison's badass.
Thank you very much, everybody out there.
Didn't he sing Pretty Woman?
Yeah, like he sung a bunch of songs, but don't judge him because Pretty Woman was probably a pretty cool song when it came out. Don't let what's her name? Don't let the movie mess it up for you. He did that thing with the he's excellent.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he's great. Running Scared. Oh man. You listen to Running. Do yourself a favor. After this, listen to Running Scared.
I will.
And tell me that it's not a good song.
I will, because I'm gonna do you a favor. I will listen to it because you're gonna watch Shoot 'em Up.
Shoot 'em Up.
What about Dick Dale? Are you a Dick Dale fan?
I saw Dick Dale in concert.
Yeah.
I love Dick Dale. I love Link Ray more.
I was just curious about that.
Yeah, I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Link Ray, Dick Dale, but Link Ray is Dick Dale is. I respect Dick Dale. He's great, but nobody beats Link Ray in my book. Link Ray was true badass.
Like what's the Joe Satriani? Is that the style too?
No. Joe Satriani. He's just like a
virtuoso guitar,
just like a rock, guitar rock, or just guitar bass. Link Ray is rock and roll. They banned Rumble because it was starting fights. That's just hard. That's just rock and roll, man. Nothing to be it. And then Dick Dale, he's surf.
Yeah. Surf rock.
Link Ray is more like rumble rock. That's greasy stuff right there. That's Switchblade in an Alley stuff.
Oh, that's like T.S. Eliot.
T.S. Eliot.
What
are you talking about? You're talking about S.E. Hinton.
Yeah, S.E. Hinton. That's right.
Hey, that's good though. You got the syllables and initials.
Yeah, because I knew like a little bit about it.
Stay gold, pony boy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to find a post-it note so I can write this down because I'll forget. So while I write it down, what is your number 5?
All right, number 5. Boom Baba, boom Baba, boom Baba. Davy Lardass Hogan at the pie eating contest. Stand By Me. One of my favorite movies. That's probably in my top 5 movies of all time. I don't know how many times I've watched it over and over again. I love the short story, The Body by Stephen King. But man, the scene where Davy Hogan gets back at all the people in life that ever made fun of him. He does the raw eggs. He does the castor oil. He gets up on stage and he sticks his face right into that blueberry pie. And then it happens. Like a disgusting Rube Goldberg machine. He stands up and you hear and it's silent in the movie, and you hear the stomach rumble, and then he just starts puking like from the hose. And everybody starts puking on everybody. The ladies' auxiliary pukes on the Benevolent Order of Antelopes. Moms puking on kids. The lady just spits up a little bit into the purse. The 2 twins just keep on puking on each other.
Excellent.
What a wonderful, wonderful scene in a wonderful movie. I was 12 going on 13 the first time I saw a dead human being. It was the summer of 1951, a long time ago, only if you're counting in terms of years. Never get tired of that movie.
Yeah, I could see that being like one of your top. That's why like you like were drawn to Don't Tell Mom and Dad style.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can quote that movie to the end of time. Corey Feldman at his best. I mean,
yeah.
all those guys, they all took different paths in life, but they were champs. Rob
Absolutely.
Reiner directed that. That was just a beautiful movie. And that would also get my vote for one of the scariest corpses or most realistic corpses on film, the body of Ray Brower.
I'd have to go back and look at it. I haven't watched it in a long time.
It's tough to watch, man. I can't watch it anymore. Like I've overwatched it and it just sticks out. And like it's back then when I watched it, it was an adventure. And now it's just the nostalgia and like, like it's just sad. It's like, it's stuff about like, there's like, what is it? He says like, looking back, friends are like busboys just coming in and out of your lives. And you look back when you were a kid and like the kids that you were so close with and stuff. And then all of a sudden they just move on to other things in life. I don't know. I don't want to get deep, but Stand By Me, that's a tearjerker. I love it.
Yeah. It's the summer of '69.
I know. And I messed up. It wasn't 69.
No, I'm talking about I'm talking about the Bryan Adams song.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. The summer of 1959.
Oh, perfect.
A long time ago, but only if you're counting in terms of years.
No, you're fine. No, I was just. All right.
But yeah.
So yeah. All right. So my number 4, I put the best actual food scene. Because like you have to have an actual food scene that's based around food, right? So
yeah, that would make sense.
My honorable mention was actually starting out as Jack Rabbit Slim scene in Pulp Fiction, right?
The milkshake.
Yeah, the $5 shake. So like that was it, but then I realized, and then there's the Big Kahuna Burger scene. Like the whole movie revolves around food.
American classics.
Yeah, and
burgers, then milkshake.
Yeah.
Cocaine.
Well, then the diner too.
Yep.
There's a whole
That's right. I mean, it runs throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, that's a good one. It's got a lot of food wrapped up in there, and even the coffee. When Mr. Pink's drinking the coffee, that's another good one.
Yeah, exactly. So like,
nice
I mean, and then like you really think too, and then Reservoir Dogs, that whole diner scene in the beginning of Reservoir Dogs.
Yep.
I really think Quentin Tarantino just revolves around food.
I think he's down with a lot of that.
Because then like the Inglourious Bastards has the whole strudel scene.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Now that you're talking about that, I wonder what other ones are out there. You could do a whole film thesis on that.
Yeah, you really could. Quentin Tarantino, food and feet.
Yeah, right.
Because he's like notorious for having a foot fetish, and that's why he films a lot of feet.
He's a creep.
Yeah, but that's my honorable mention. Because I can't go highbrow. I've never gone highbrow.
Yeah.
So the Pee Wee Herman breakfast machine.
Oh, put a pin in it.
All right.
Go ahead, talk about it. That's
no.
number one.
Well, you can't tell. Spoiler alert.
Well, I mean, there's a couple I can switch around because it's really a tie. But man, the Pee Wee Herman breakfast scene. Yeah. Let's talk about it.
All right.
Let's get deep into this.
Let's dive in. There's a lot to unpack here.
Danny Elfman. Oh, man.
Danny Elfman, Tim Burton's first movie, I believe, as Glenn Danzig pointed out to us.
Oh, yes. Thank you for that. Brian sent me a review of Pee-wee's Big Adventure written by Lodi's prodigal son, Glenn Danzig. And he gave it a thumbs up. Of course he did. He's a friend of ours.
Yeah, and he didn't like Day of the Dead.
I didn't get to those yet. I got to watch
Spoiler alert. Yeah. Spoiler. But yeah, so Pee Wee Herman, like, wonder kid, boy genius, right? So like, where does he? For one, how does he live by himself? Because clearly he can't.
What did he do for a? That's one thing I like. What did he do for a job?
He had to have invented something, right? He had to invent something and sell it and then like for like millions of dollars and just lived out the rest of his life in that house.
I've never unpacked this, Bri. You've just unlocked a door.
So I've always
in this
thought about
line,
it.
a deadly door.
Well,
But yeah, he's got disposable income.
absolutely.
He's got all the tricks a person could want. He's got that bike. And believe me, I've tried to recreate that bike when I was a kid. You know how much that Tiger goes for? That's a very rare Japanese bike accessory that goes for a lot of money. Very rare.
Even a lot of money, like during the time of the filming of it. Do you think? Or do you
Well,
think
I don't know. Relatively speaking, it's probably he's a collector, Paul Rubens himself. But like, listen, he lived in bicycling and cycling distance to Francis's house, the Buxton estate.
That's true.
No?
Yeah, exactly. And then and within distance to a magic shop, a pet store, like no, but yeah, so he had to be independently wealthy. He had to have created something because he made all those machines in his house.
Yeah. Yep. And it worked without a problem. What a way to wake up. Now, not only is it amazing to see that Rube Goldberg machine choreographed to Danny Elfman's soundtrack.
Yep.
But when he actually sits down.
Yep, takes one bite of Mr. T cereal and gets
Good morning, Mr. Breakfast. Good morning, Pee-wee. And he has the giant butter knife to spread the butter on. And he's just like my daughter. We went out the other night. Elvis was out and with some friends, so we took her out to a nice Greek diner that down the road we hadn't been to in a long time. And I said, "You get whatever you want." She got a stack of Oreo pancakes, and she got a big old hot chocolate with the whipped cream on it. And I said to my wife, I said, "Watch this. It's going to be and I said it out loud, verbatim. It's going to be the Pee Wee Herman scene." She's 9. She goes, "Oh my God, look at this! 2 bites." And she's curled up in the corner with a stomach ache. "I don't want this anymore." I made fast work of that choice. Fast work of it.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, yeah, we go through the same thing.
Yep.
But
that whole I could speak for 4 hours on that whole movie. It just checks every Joey Royale box. I mean, it is a huge part of who I am as a human. It really is.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there was when we talked about food, there was 2 things that came to mind. One's my number 1, and then this was the other one.
Yeah, this is the first thing I wrote down. As soon as we started talking about food show, that's it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's so good. It's perfect, and I love a Rube Goldberg machine. Who Goldberg, yeah. Goonies, yeah.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure. It's all you need in life.
Yeah, it's a big '80s thing.
Yeah. You ever try to make one?
No.
You ever get a chance? When I lived in Queens, I made friends with a really, really cool guy. His name is Brett Doer, Doar. And if you're out there in Spaghetti Land, Brett, wherever you are, I think you moved to the West Coast. I love you. You taught me a lot of things. But he was a guy who was just obsessed with building tiny machines, and he was very good at it. And if you ever get a chance, he made a Rube Goldberg machine that was featured in a pretty amazing music video that got a lot of awards. It was by this band OK Go.
Yeah,
I've seen that one.
Have you
seen it?
Yeah.
So Brett was one of the big creators behind that Rube Goldberg machine video.
Awesome.
Yep.
So yeah,
so, Brett, if you're out there, I love you.
Gotta think of other Rube. So is it Rube? Rube?
Yeah, I think his name is Rube. Rube. Rube Goldberg.
Yeah. Let's see. Rube Goldberg machines and movies. So you got Modern Times, 36. Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Modern Times is Charlie Chaplin.
Okay. Brazil. You ever see Brazil?
No, I never saw Brazil.
Oh my God. Watch Brazil.
Yeah, all right.
It's phenomenal. One of my favorite movies of all time. The Goonies, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Great Mouse Detective. That doesn't count. That's a cartoon.
No.
Some short film. Ernest Goes to Jail.
Okay, we did Ernest Saves Christmas last night.
Yeah. Back to the Future Part 3. Flubber. Walt, and then animated stuff. So realistically, you're sitting on yeah, there's breakfast machines in Brazil. So you're really sitting on Goonies, Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
All right, I gotta watch Brazil then.
Oh man, Brazil is dope. Big influence on me and what I do.
Really?
Oh yeah,
All
absolutely.
right, I will check this out then. I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Shoot 'em up and Brazil.
Once you watch the preview, if you just go in with a preview of Brazil, you're gonna stop what you're doing and you're gonna watch it.
All right, I'm sold.
It's
I'm
that
sold.
good. So
All right.
all right. So what is your number 4?
My number 4. No, I had my first 3 were there's a theme of disgust. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
All right, interesting. So I have that on my list, but we'll talk about it now because I have categories. So it's in my best gross out foods category.
Okay.
But we'll talk about it
takes
now.
the cake.
Yeah.
It takes the cake. Probably one of the most disgusting scenes. It gives the monkey brain scene from Faces of Death a run for its money. They are probably in cahoots together. But Snake Surprise.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I rewatched it for this. It was not a good idea. I had just eaten, but man, you start out with the roaches. Oh yeah, Father Goose is all about. He's listing them all.
I think I would eat the roaches.
I wouldn't. I'm not too. Yeah, that's okay. I would be kind. I mean, the eyeball soup is just over the top. That's just silly.
Yeah.
But the Snake Surprise. Those are real snakes. They cut open that big boa, and those things just keep. Oh God, I couldn't eat snake. I couldn't eat snake even in my wildest meat eating days. I've eaten alligator.
I've had
but
snake.
You're never gonna get me to eat a snake.
Yeah, I've had rattlesnake. It's not bad.
You've had rattlesnake?
Yeah.
Chewy chicken.
Yeah. So in Germany, there's this place called Steak on a Stone. It's like this, it's like a not fancy, but it's like one of those places like for anniversaries and birthdays.
Yeah.
Where they give you a plate of raw meat and like a hot stone, like a hot volcanic stone. Then you cook it yourself on this giant stone, and you can do the normal fare like steak, chicken, and I don't remember what else, like maybe pork, right? And then you could get like the exotic like hunters. It's like rattlesnake, alligator, probably zebra on it because they're really big into eating zebra. Maybe some kangaroo on
zebra.
There. Yeah. I've had,
my God.
Zebra's not that good. I'm not a huge zebra.
You tried
fan.
zebra?
Yeah, a few times. It's a huge everywhere. Germany, they have zebra everywhere. Maybe not everywhere, but
horse.
Yeah, it's just horse.
Oh, it's just horse. Oh my God.
You could get.
You're a savage.
I want to buy these. They're fake chips, but it's horse meat flavored chips. I want to try them for sure.
That's like Steve Brule's horse meat in a can.
Yeah. Father Goose, haven't had zebra, but I've had kangaroo. Yeah, kangaroo is awesome. It's very tender. It's a super tender meat. I know you're not a meat eater, but I'll let you know.
Oh my God! Back in the old days, I would have eaten anything. I used to love trying the sampler, the hunters smorgasbord and all that.
It's not bad. Snake's not bad. I mean, they're all muscle.
I used to do a thing where I'd go out and I'd do the land, air, and sea. I tried to eat one creature from each environment in one sitting.
Okay, so what's your land, air, sea?
Oh, just a nice piece of it. You get like a little shrimp cocktail, and then you would get like the veal parm, and then like a little chicken or something like that.
Chickens don't fly.
Well, all right. Yeah, but they got wings, all right? They're of the air. It's not necessarily they're
but
of the aviary type.
I would be pretty literal with it.
But I ate a bald eagle once.
Oh, how was that?
No, I'm joking.
Oh. I was like, there's a little sketchy on that. Where'd you get that?
Oh yeah, that would be like setting the Olive Garden on fire. They'd be coming after us.
Yeah. Duck. I'm a huge duck. I get duck all the time.
Nice.
Yeah, so
duck
you can
get crispy duck.
So
yeah,
you get. I would do steak. Duck, and then lobster tail.
Oh, that's very. Oh, look at this, boy. You know, you're really coming in. You're really coming in highbrow.
I
Very.
just love. I could eat lobster every day.
Oh, I could eat my weight in lobster,
Yeah,
Brian.
absolutely.
Watch out. I could eat my weight in lobster.
Sucks.
And you
I'm
know what
gonna.
I'm getting tomorrow night? I'm going out to dinner for my father. My father's birthday, 72. Donnie Mac, 72.
Excellent.
We go to this place in my town, Jasmine Thai. It's like a Thai place. It's
Yeah.
delicious stuff.
Awesome.
It's unbelievable.
Oh yeah, you went
High-end.
there for your parents' anniversary.
That's right. Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah.
There you go. That was you in the bushes like spaghetti.
I know it's such a weird thing to remember, but I just remember you talking about it.
But I get the fish. I get a whole fish, like a fried fish, and it comes sitting up. You know,
Awesome.
like and I got it. They always dare me to eat the eyes. So I'm not a total. You know, I still eat the
Yeah,
fish. I eat the
pescatarian.
meat, but man, I tell you, lobster. Oh, we had the lobster. You sent me pictures of your lobster roll.
Yeah, the lobster roll here. I know, like I got a buddy that works from Worcester, and he's always iffy about the seafood here. He's like, yeah, but it's probably obviously it's frozen. Like, come on, but it's still like it's better than nothing.
Oh, sure. But like now there's a hold on the lobsters over here in the East Coast. Yeah, Father Goose, I've heard about this. My sister's that way. A mild allergy to lobster closes his throat. I wouldn't call that a mild allergy. I would be careful about that. You got to get your EpiPen. But yeah, my sister, she eats shrimp. Forget it. Whoop, blows right
Did you
up. in the
ever
throat.
what'd you have for appetizers yesterday? Anything good? You do the appetizer spread?
Oh yeah, stuffed mushrooms. We had crab. She had my sister. I was gonna send you pictures, but I got my phone was dying. She had a nice thing. It was like a 3-tiered plate. It had
Excellent.
stuffed mushrooms with sausage on the bottom. I didn't have that, but then stuffed sausage with crab. I mean stuffed mushroom with crab, and then stuffed mushrooms with spinach and stuffing. That was the third one. That was very good. She had a cheese platter. I love the cheese. What else? I ate a whole bunch of stuff. She had a bunch of nice different nuts. That was different.
You ever do the rye bread dip?
No, she didn't have the rye bread dip this time. She usually does that with the salmon. They had crackers with different kinds of smoked salmon on it. That was no, not smoked salmon, regular salmon. We had a lot of that stuff. That's good. But this year for Christmas, my wife and I decided we're going to do the Feast of the Seven Fishes.
Excellent.
Now, as an Italian family, we never did that because my grandfather and my father they didn't like seafood.
Right.
But now my father's into it more. So, and that's what I really like. So we're going to do that.
Yeah, my dad for Christmas this year is hell bent on a turducken.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna do the turducken for Christmas this year.
That's a big deal. That's like quite a production.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna buy it pre-stuffed.
Oh my God, I got to read this in the chat. The meat I sent you, Brian, we actually put that on pizza. We also have screamers, cheeseburgers with super hot meat sauce and marshmallow fluff. Holy cow!
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try that.
What's the meat he sent you?
It's the soupy there.
Soupy.
Yeah,
Oh,
he sent me some soupy.
Soupy. You ever hear the song "Soupy Seller"? It was a #1 hit by the Great Gabagool.
Yeah, I've heard it. Yes.
Like my girls Catholic and pure, like my sausage correctly cured. That's a big deal around here. Punishment, the soupy. We got that hanging from the rafters in every well-respected basement in the tri-state area. That's wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard of it and I've seen it around. I just never indulged in it. And he sent me a couple nunchucks worth of it.
That's a good friend right there.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good. It took me a
I
while.
wrote a whole song about it. Go to Bandcamp and look up the Great Gabagool, Gabbaghol. I got my wife singing backgrounds on it. That's a great one right there. Soupy, the hot soprasat.
It's a phenomenal album.
Thank you. Oh, thank you very much.
The whole album. It's got some bangers on it, if you will.
I'll tell you what. If nobody's listening upstairs, I don't think. But if I was presented with some soupy, I might go behind the building and have a little bit.
Well, I hate to tell you, but I have an unopened pack, and February's right around the corner, so don't tempt me.
give me a jackknife and a little side of orange soda, and I'll be all set. I'll be just feeling it off. You're gonna find me like hiding in the bathroom, cutting up provolone and soupy.
Oh man, your wife's gonna hate me. I'm gonna come up and totally derail your life.
Oh my God. Brian, I shared a meme in your Discord server for you to share with your dad. He might change his mind about Christmas dinner.
Yeah, I just got it. I'll have to look at it. It's in this Neon Lords Discord. If you're not involved in that, I highly recommend going over there and hanging out with us. We
Can you explain what I don't understand Discord? Is
Discord,
it just like a chat?
Yeah, so Discord is like a channel. So the Neon Lords channel on Discord, right? So let me pull it up real quick. Not that you can see it. But so then so you go to the channel, right? And then there's Neon News. We have like different little subsections where it's upcoming adventures, announcements, welcome, and then like about PAX Unplugged, rules and guidelines, self promotions, suggestions. So it's like, okay, so let's say I'm a young aspiring Joey Royale and I want to talk about Ninja City. So you go to self promotions, and then you type your blurb in there, and then you send it up to the Neon Maniacs that are on, and they look at it, and we got some exclusive Neon Lords like emojis. There's a Glenn Danzig one.
Oh, all right.
All right. George Corpse Grinder Fisher one, and Macho Man, and
Ultimate. Hey, like it's got an invitation.
Oh, there you go. So yeah, thanks.
Oh, thank you, whoever sent that. I feel like I'm somebody now.
That's my buddy Zach. He's my man behind the scenes when you're not around. He helps me with the spinner dies and stuff.
Very nice.
Yeah. So, but
right.
yeah,
well,
Discord.
Okay.
If you're ever on Discord, Joey, come check it out.
I just got an invite. Thank you, and now I'm going to verify. And that's a thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, cool. It's a fun place, I tell you.
All right, so I got the Discord now.
Interesting.
Very good.
Are you on Discord at all?
Yeah, well, I signed up for it a couple times. I shot around here and there with Deshane, and then with Lowe's, the iWizard. He got me on there too.
But that's right. I
never understood exactly what you're supposed to do.
Are you in that Lowe's, the iWizard chat for his project?
I think I am. I haven't checked it out in a very long time because I didn't know what the heck I was doing.
Yeah.
So I think I'm on there. Yeah.
I'm in
Resend verification email. All right. So that's that.
Anyway, yeah. We'll talk about that later.
So Temple of Doom. Oh, back to Temple of Doom.
Yeah.
Back to Temple of Doom. The monkey. That monkey.
Yeah, chilled monkey brains.
They look so cool, like the actual monkeys themselves.
Yeah, like dead.
And that guy is so proud. He's so chilled monkey brain.
Okay, so a caveat off that: would you ever try brain?
No, you get that. You can't have brain. That's not healthy. You get diseases from that.
Yeah, there's a lot of diseases in brains. But have you ever smelled a brain?
No, I've never smelled. Where would I smell a? Oh my God, I'm asking the wrong question.
When in high school,
have you ever smelled a brain?
Yes. In high school, we dissected cats.
Yeah, my sister did that. I didn't do it.
Yeah, so we had every Friday we got to pull our cats out, which some of them had BBs in the side of them. Go figure.
Oh my God! Really?
Yeah.
My sister's cat had kittens in it.
Kittens, yeah, that was a common affair as well. But every Friday we got to pull the cats out and dissect a little piece of it, right? But one unfortunate Friday we had a substitute teacher, so we just did whatever we wanted. And then the dudes next to me, I know, I'm sorry, they're upset about the cats. Long story short, they cracked in, and then we got to the brains, and it stunk up the whole room. It was disgusting. Even after Formaldehyde jumped in and formaldehyde, funny joke.
Yeah.
He even after that, it still stunk. The brain still stunk.
We weren't allowed, my class, to move on from crawfish to cats, because when we had a substitute, there was like one of those big industrial fans in the classroom.
Yeah.
And the kids started. I didn't do it, but the other kids started to throw the crawdads in through the back of the fan, and they sprayed out all over the class. Everybody was screaming. Oh, that was great. That was the year of the stink bombs. some rascal got a hold of some stink bombs, and
I can only imagine.
that also happened in that class too.
Yeah, and you know it's funny too. Like it brought me up another point. Earthworms. When we dissected earthworms, we had a substitute teacher, and then we just threw them outside the window on people's cars.
Now, earthworms. I have never been more hungry during a read aloud in 4th grade than when they described the worm preparation in the book How to Eat Fried Worms. You ever read that?
Yeah.
They had like mustard. And, it sounded delicious.
Talk about bringing it back to food, right? How to eat fried worms.
Talk about bringing it back to food. So what's your number 3 then? Or your number 3 umbrella?
My number 3 is best food as the villain.
Oh.
So
Pizza Hut.
No, I didn't think of that. Is he technically the villain though?
He's a bounty hunter. He's like the Jabba.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So Lone Star owes him money, and next time pizza will be ordering out for you.
That's great.
So Poultrygeist, the trauma classic, where the chicken undead, the cursed. I think it's a KFC style. It's like Colonel's bunker chicken, built on an Indian burial ground. Turns them into zombie chicken hybrids. It's actually pretty good. I know we talk about Trauma has that. It's like the slope. Like they hit like a zenith, and then they just went straight downhill with their their own produced movies. And Poltergeist is a newer Trauma that's actually good. I'm a huge. And I'm looking at chat. I like that movie a lot. It's really good, worth a mention. Another mention is Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Oh, I love that movie so much as a kid.
Yeah.
I thought like I was such a big shot renting that when I was a kid.
Little did you know that it's like a parody. I mean, a parody of like 50s monster movies. And it's just
loved it.
Tomato, which like, and it's such a 80s 90s thing to where that movie spawned video games, a cartoon, like a toy line.
The toy line, that was a great summer.
And then, but I mean, my actual pick, those were just the 2 honorable mentions.
Sure.
The Stuff.
Oh yes, I can't believe I didn't put that on my list. I just rewatched that again not too long ago. What a great movie. It's
Invasion of the Body Snatchers mixed a little bit with, I mean, it's like the zombie, like the hive mind.
We don't see that enough. I know Stranger Things did a nice little homage to it.
2 seasons ago, right? Or last season.
Yeah. It was the one where they first got to the mall. And I thought they did a nice job on that.
Yeah, so it's like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, Invaders from Mars. You ever see that one?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Great movie. You don't see that anymore. But yeah, It's like the whoever eats it, eventually they eat enough and become like part of like zombified essentially, right?
Yeah.
Would you say? And
almost to death, but yes, zombified, yeah.
Yeah, and then there's the conspiracy against it, and then like I think it's like a TV reporter, like a couple people, some people team together, form like a resistance against the stuff, which it's sold everywhere. It's like in like bubbling out of craters.
Oh, it's all over the place. It's the number one product in every shop.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And I think it's one of those, if I remember correctly, it's one of those films where like at the end, it's still alive, right?
Yeah,
Isn't that the thing?
It's up.
Like
yeah, there's like some more left, like opened end for a sequel.
Yes,
that never came. I don't think. Maybe there's probably not a stuff too. Could have been double stuffed.
Oh! Speaking of sequels, I started. I fell asleep because I was wicked tired, but I started The Gate 2, and I am so into it.
It's good, right?
Yep.
It's a little darker, rated R.
Yep.
But it's still
awesome.
It still holds up. Still a good movie. So yeah, best food as a villain. I went with The Stuff as the villain.
I like that. That's a good call.
Yep. So what's your number, Tree?
My number 3. Well, actually, my number 2, because Pee Wee was so I took that one off. So
Oh, I thought you
I'm
said
at,
that was your number 1.
well,
Oh,
it's a
gotcha,
tie.
gotcha. So,
Yeah, so,
okay. Yeah.
So let's just say my number 3 is the dinner scene. I sent it to you today
Yep.
from Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah.
Like,
my hair. He touched my hair. He hit my hair.
I spent a long time. I spent a long time on my hair, and he hits my hair. That scene it's funny, but it hits home for me as well. Now, luckily, I didn't have, my father wasn't like that. My father is not a tough guy. Like, well, it's funny. A lot of the stuff I like, it's like not representative of my father at all. Like, I used to be obsessed with Wonder Years. That father was a jerk.
Yeah.
And the father in Saturday Night Fever is a jerk too. But this is just a perfect. It's like there could have been a camera. Even me now, I watched it today with Elvis, and he's cracking up. I said, "What's so funny?" He goes, this is like our table sometimes, Dad. And it is. It's like, well, first of all, the food itself is perfect. It's like what we eat all the time in my house. You got the green salad, you got the loaf of bread, and you just have the nice spaghetti with marinara. And everybody at the table has a little glass of red wine, and that's a lot. That's what my family is when we get around the table. But then just the talk, like the pork chop. The father's out of work, so the grandmother gives John Travolta's character the extra pork chop. The father gets mad, hits him again. The mother hits the father. The sister throws the piece of the meat at John Travolta. They're all hitting each other. John Travolta's wrapped up like in the Shroud of Turin because he's got his new satin shirt on. So he's wrapped up at the table so he doesn't get the sauce on him. Would you watch the shirt, please? And he's just I love it because it's like he's whining, you know. He's not like Luke Skywalker whining, but he's kind of being an ass at the table. And the father's just disgusted. The mother, you know, the whole scene, they got the brother's picture because the brother's a priest. You know?
He's the priest.
He's like the patron saint of the family. And they get in this conversation. He's like, "What, you using God as your phone operator now?" Because the mother's got to go to church twice. And she's like, "Can you walk me to church?" He's like, "Didn't you already go to church?" She goes, "Yeah, I went to confession." He's like, "Why you got to go again?" She's like, "I got to pray." He's like, "What are you praying for?" The mother goes to church to pray that the brother, the priest, calls the poor woman.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're all fighting. The father just is so sick of them all, and he's mad about himself because, first of all, he hits the mother. The mother hits him back. And the father gets all offended. "Oh, no, I'm out of work. You know, you're talking back to me and hit me in front of the kids." Yeah. Oh, it's just, and the grandmother's just yelling in Italian. It's perfect chaos. And it hits home, but the food also looks really good. But he's getting out for his big night on the town. And then there's like a little sub thing there. So there's 2 other scenes in that movie that didn't make the list, but they're just beautiful.
One scene almost made the list. So let's see if it makes
my favorite. I mean, it's who I am as a person. I've done this. I've walked down the streets of Brooklyn with the double slice.
Yep, double slice almost made the list.
Stacks them and he folds them because you're busy. You're busy. You're running around. I used to be like a gopher. Like the couple of jobs I had, I spent half the day literally walking around the city picking up props or picking up hardware for sets and stuff like that. I lived that, man. Can of paint in one hand. I got the 2 slices in the other hand, just jamming out to my headphones, walking down the street. And then the other one is when he goes to White Castle, and his friends all yell at him because he's not chewing the food, and his friends like, "There's chunks of beef going down your throat right now." It's like you look like a dog, and his friend jumps up on the table and starts barking, just complete ignorance. Great movie all around. Folks at home, if you have not seen that movie, highly recommend it because it's not like just disco dancing. It's a pretty poignant film. It's a great coming of age story.
Yeah, it's really not bad. Sequel's not bad either. Very interesting on the sequel.
Staying Alive's not bad either.
No, not bad at all.
Saturday Night Fever is my number 1. That's out of it between the 2, but
right, yeah.
Staying Alive's pretty good.
It's like it's kind of like the New York Rocky.
Yeah, it's a good way to put it. Like if Rocky was a dancer.
Yeah, if Rocky was in the disco.
I spent a lot of time in my hair. And he comes down, and he hits my hair.
Would you watch the hair? He's Uncle Jesse. Watch the hair.
Yep. So for many reasons, as you can probably tell, that's a classic for me. A nice tossed salad you got to have the tossed salad in a wooden bowl.
Oh yeah, I gotta have the wooden bowl.
You
Yeah.
got the wooden bowl too?
No, we don't. But yeah, I think
I'll get you a wooden bowl.
I appreciate it.
We take when Joey and Neon Lord take Manhattan on a feeding frenzy, I'm gonna go down to Arthur Avenue where I used to live in the Bronx. I used to live right across the street, literally across the street on Arthur. It was on Arthur Avenue, right across from a White Castle.
Oh God.
Many late nights in the White Castle, nearly losing my life several times in that joint.
By the food?
No. That was Joey Royale's late night college years.
So the
big mouth.
White Castle is the New York City Waffle House.
But it's dangerous. This was in the Bronx, like Fordham Road. That was they've kind of cleaned it up. It's not as nice as cool as it used to be, but man, that was, I saw all sorts of things in that White Castle. But chicken rings. That's what I'd always get at White Castle. Chicken rings. God. They're like onion rings, but filled with chicken.
I've had White Castle. Unfortunately,
you don't like them?
I mean, it's a one and done type of place. Like you eat there once and you're good for the next 10 years.
Chicken and cheeses. That's what I used to get. Those were good. I only got the burgers every once in a while. I get a sack of chicken and cheeses.
Well, I know like there's White Castles out there now that have robotic arms that make the burgers.
Yeah, they're not even making them anymore. Like they don't even got humans.
But they don't flip. Like a White Castle burger doesn't flip though. Right.
Well, it was very ergonomically engineered. It's very interesting, the story of the White Castle burger.
Yeah.
Efficiency at the height of the fast food frenzy. They're square. If you haven't had it, folks, square. They're about this big, and they got holes in them, so they cook real fast.
Yep.
And you get the fried onions and the cheese and a little squirt of ketchup. Very nice stuff.
They're steamed burgers.
Almost. Now you want to talk steamed burgers? That's Ted's. Ted's steamed cheeseburgers in Connecticut. Oh my God! You can maybe fit 6 people in there, and they put them in these metal coffins, Brian. They're like little tiny lockers, and they put the hamburgers. Remember, like in the old like Burger King's cigarette the ashtrays.
Yeah.
They put the meat in those things, and they put them into this metal like little locker. They close it, and they pour the water on the grill, and they steam it. Oh my God! Best hamburgers in the world, and they put some kind of cheese on it. I swear to God, I almost tried to sneak back in the dumpster to find out what kind of cheese it was. I'm not even joking. My father's like, get back from behind it. But I looked it up online, and I found out it's some kind of white cheddar that oh my God, they are amazing. Amazing. Ted's steamed cheeseburgers.
So Father Goose said McDonald's and Burger King burgers aren't flipped either. Can't speak for other chains. So I know for a fact if you watch the Wendy's instructional training film for grill skills, they do flip them. They flip them.
Wendy's flips them?
Wendy's flips. I did not know that about McDonald's. I've never worked. The only fast food I worked was Subway. I was a sandwich artist.
You were a sandwich artist?
Absolutely. Back in
I worked at a hamburger stand down by the beach. It's called Fred's Shanty, famous since 1976. But that was a real griddle. I didn't ever work the grill, only a couple times when the lead guy was out. But I was the fry-later cook there. But we definitely flipped. But I didn't know. I mean, how do you? Well, probably because they're probably already cooked, right? The McDonald's and the Burger King, they don't get raw meat there, right?
I have no idea, but I mean, Wendy's. So, Wendy's is never frozen, all fresh, never frozen. That's like their thing. That's their shtick.
They gotta flip them there.
Gotta flip them by law. But
by law,
yeah. But then one thing that kind of grossed me out about that training video, which like isn't really, I guess, necessarily a gross thing, but if a burger breaks on it, on the Wendy's grill, that goes into the chili pot.
Oh, that's the scraps?
Yeah, that's the chili scraps. I kind of grossed me out. Is that gross, right? But it's not, though.
Like they fell on the floor.
No, it doesn't fall on the floor.
All of them by me are in rough shape.
Oh, yeah, Wendy's is is done.
The
as far
Burger
as I'm
King by
concerned.
me is in real rough shape.
Oh,
That
okay.
place is I used to love that place.
You know, it had
Remember
Burger King when
the BK Buddies.
BK Buddies are awesome. So it says they are raw but frozen. McDonald's has a clamshell grill that presses and cooks both sides. Burger King runs frozen patties through the broiler. Oh yeah, the BK broiler, which is a giant oven with a conveyor. So frozen is fed in one end and cooked out the other end into the tray.
Thank you, Father Goose. I learned something new.
Father
I've always
Goose
wondered about
is
that.
the DCC supplement that I showed on sewer rats.
It is?
Yeah.
All right. Very good.
I can't think of the name of it. Hey, Father Goose, put the link in the chat so people can go check that out. Yeah, there it is. Covaxium Codex.
All right.
Yeah. Yep.
Very good.
Yeah. So I forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah,
Taco Bell, forget about it. That stuff comes in bags.
Oh, Taco Bell?
Yeah.
Yeah. But they had the best interior aesthetics in the 80s and 90s by far.
They had the best food. Are you kidding me? The chili cheese burrito. Hey, you see, Dinosaur Dracula made a great post about olives. You knew you were a fan. Like every taco place, including Taco Bell, had those nice black olives on everything. I hated them as a kid, but I remember seeing that. That was fancy.
I'm not aware. Oh, yeah, they did have black olives on everything. I remember that.
But man, aesthetically, Taco Bell. Woo,
and I mean, like, good. Demolition Man, right? Like, so
yeah,
there was the only restaurant to survive the fast food wars was Taco Bell. But if you watch the UK cut, it's Pizza Hut.
Oh, really?
Yep, they changed it to Pizza Hut, and so it's essentially that whole scene is reshot with just Pizza Hut on everything instead of Taco Bell.
I think you told me about that before.
I'm sure I have.
Yeah, all of our local places have been remodeled and completely lost their je ne sais quoi.
I think. Yeah. Speaking of that, this is a good segue into what I was going to ask you about. So, the Macy's Day Parade yesterday.
Macy's Day Parade.
McDonald's float. Did you see the McDonald's float?
No, tell me about it.
So I only saw a brief second of it, and I've been gonna get to my research. I haven't done it yet. It looked like Ronald was on there, with all his buddies. But Grimace was there. Hamburglar was there. But with that being said, this is awkwardly weird to talk about. So I look over, glance at the TV at my sisters real quick, and I saw the gang on the float. It looked as if they got a redesign on all the characters. And it looked like Hamburglar had ginger-colored bangs, like a bowl cut.
Okay, so if my recollection is correct, apparently, I do think that the Hamburglar had red hair.
Yes, he does.
But now he's got like page boy bangs.
Yeah, I don't know for a fact. It kind of looked like it, but like I looked real quick because then Wes was like, "Oh, Ronald McDonald." But then I looked and I was like, "Huh, what?" And then it got. I'm gonna look and see if I can find it.
All right, you got me searching now too. I got to see these guys
because I saw the balloon. They had a whole Ronald balloon. Now I gotta see I saw Grimace because he knows what a grimace is. So he saw. Okay, so there's a picture. I don't know if that's it, but he definitely has like red hair sticking out the back, all creepy like.
Yeah, he's a creep. He's a thief.
Oh, he's a Hamburglar.
You know what? It's funny. It's funny, and I won't go too far down the rabbit hole. But they were awesome. They were like friends as kids. You know, they were up there with Oscar the Grouch and He-Man. That was like. Well, it's because they got part of my daily life.
They got sued. McDonald's got sued by HR Puff Stuff.
By Sid and Marty Krofft.
Yeah, Sid and Marty Krofft sued them because the McDonald's Burgerland or whatever they call it was so close to theirs and they won too. So, but it was like I watched Defunct Land. They did a whole thing about it.
Yeah.
So I could be wrong in my memory, but I'm pretty sure they were allowed to just let it die out. That's why they generally slowly got rid of the professor
Yeah,
then,
like the professor and Mayor McCheese and the sheriff and all that. Those are straight up Sid and Marty Krofft.
oh yeah,
Rip-off.
yeah,
You ever
yes.
see Grimace, like the prototype Grimace when he
Oh
first
yeah,
came out, he had
absolutely.
4 arms.
Love it.
But I was always a big Hamburglar fan.
Yeah, Hamburglar was cool. I liked the night the moon.
Oh, Mac Tonight, he
Mac
was
Tonight.
great.
Yeah, Mac
Yeah.
Tonight. Yeah, they're always interesting. Always, I love the McDonald's pantheon.
Remember they had honey? Like when you got your chicken nuggets back in the 80s, they actually
Yeah,
had
you
like
could-
you could get as many. They just had the things. You grab the sweet and sour, the barbecue. I always used to get the honey. It was nice honey.
yeah, it was good. I remember the honey. But so it would be nice to see. So if at the 2022 parade, the Grimace and Hamburglar showed up, it'd be nice to see maybe a comeback of the Ronald McDonald, because even Ronald was gone for a long time.
What about, was Birdie there too? The original lineup?
No, I don't think.
I mean, the original lineup. You got to have Ronald, Grimace, Hamburglar, and Birdie. That's like the core.
You know what,
then
Birdie?
you have the Fry guys.
Yeah, and you got the Nugget kids.
Oh yeah, they were great.
Do you know what Birdie was for?
For the chicken?
No, she was
What?
for the breakfast. Early bird.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Boy, McDonald's breakfast, that was my favorite as a kid.
I still like it.
Oh, I still like it too.
My dad really likes the big breakfast. With
The big breakfast. I know your father's a great man. I knew it. The big breakfast was something special. I felt like an adult as a kid getting the big breakfast because their hot cakes are second to none.
Yeah, I talked about the hotcakes and X-Men animated series on Halloween and hotcakes.
The McGriddle's a good sandwich.
Yeah, I must. That's what I usually get nowadays is the McGriddle. I mean, yeah, there was like the pirate.
Oh yeah,
There was like a space alien.
I don't remember the alien, but I remember the pirate. The pirate. They had Migo had figures for them all.
Yeah, that is true. Migo. Yeah. Oh, really? Like original Migos for him?
Yeah. I had Hamburglar.
Oh, they gotta be
and
out.
I had the cop, and I got rid of him recently. But they had a whole series.
They gotta be crazy expensive.
No, they're not, because they remade him kind of under the radar. Probably back in the early 2000s. Was it? I think it was Migo. Who was it?
I mean, I typed McDonald's characters Migos and they came up. I don't know if they're Migo though, but they're like that.
No,
Migo
but Migo
style.
They're the 8-inch, cloth bodies.
Yeah.
Remco. Oh, I love Remco.
Yeah, Remco.
Yeah,
right
Remco made him. Yeah, Remco. They had them all. And I think they're not that expensive. They're cool figures.
I might have to get one on card, especially Mayor McCheese.
Mayor McCheese, yeah. They have the Professor, the Pirate, the Hamburglar, Mayor McCheese, and all of his regal glory. And I don't think did they have a Grimace?
It looked like there was.
They had a
76.
Yeah, they had a Grimace.
Remco McDonald land. So Hamburglar off the card, $35. I mean, not the worst. He's in rough shape though.
Without his hat, you gotta have him with the hat.
He's got
on,
the
right?
hat, but he doesn't have like hair or anything. It's kind of a creepo. He's got molded hair. I don't know. I'll look into it.
You gotta get that big hat. So did they have? No, they didn't. Birdie wasn't part of it.
No, because Birdie wasn't around yet.
Okay, Grimace was though.
Yeah, because like I actually watched like this weird, I don't know, McDonald's documentary the other day, and they like I'm pretty sure breakfast didn't come till the 80s.
Yeah, right. I was thinking about you. I started to watch this documentary. You see this on Netflix about the guy, the kid
Pepsi?
who tried to. Yeah, Pepsi.
Just started it before I came on. That was like the one thing I got to watch. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like multi episodes. I don't know if it's gonna be good, but it's interesting. I thought about you immediately. So the Pepsi. I forgot how over the top the Pepsi.
Oh my god.
The Pepsi ad campaigns were.
Yeah, then like that's like because we're watching, and I'm like, I prefer Pepsi over Coke all the time, and I'm wondering, I'm like, well, I am the Pepsi generation. Did they like brainwash me and not knowing? Is that why I prefer Pepsi over Coke?
No, I've taken multiple blind taste tests, and Pepsi is my favorite.
Pepsi's just better. It's lighter. It's just
Coke in a glass bottle, like Mexican Coke, is
okay.
amazing.
Yes, and Italian Coke, like from the motherland, is phenomenal.
Yeah, I've never had it, but I mean, I'm assuming they're using sugarcane sugar.
Yeah,
The glass bottle does something different.
they not class over there when I was there, but yeah, still, just European soda in general is better.
I saw in the Stop and Shop yesterday, they got 6-packs of RC Cola and Squirt. And they were off the shelves for a long time around here. RC
Squirt.
Cola is really good too.
Yeah. My big thing is Germany. They do like I talk about like the orange cola.
Yep.
So good.
I love Orangina, any sort of orange soda. Orange Fanta is okay.
You should try the
chunky.
European Fanta. I think you would enjoy it better. It's different.
They got a lot more flavors too.
Way more flavors.
I love Jarritos.
Oh
You
yeah,
ever have Jarritos, the Mexican sodas, those are very good. Except the pineapple. That gave me hives once.
Do you ever see Pepsi Man?
Pepsi Man?
Yeah. It was like
Let me
an
take a look.
like an ad campaign in Japan. You should look at this guy. They brought it up. They brought Pepsi Man up in the. I know we're all over the place, so like chat's just trying to catch up. So they brought it up.
Oh, look at Pepsi Man.
Yeah, we're gonna stat him up for Neon Lords.
Wow.
I actually got the PlayStation 1 game on my little emulator machine. I've been playing that too. There's like a they made a video game.
I think we might have to have some guests on, Bri, and do a soda episode where we actually bring the sodas.
Yeah, let's
anybody in the chat, if you guys want to be on one night coming up soon for a soda challenge night, bring your favorite soda. And we'll kick it around a little bit and have a little sipping party. That would be fun.
Yeah, it would be super fun. Which really sucks is I have a soda. So in Malta, you ever heard of the great country of Malta?
Yeah, I got a friend that visits it frequently.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
like her destination. It's supposed to be beautiful.
Oh yeah, so we went to Malta for like a weekend, right? And then there was like this. I mean, we took like the sketchiest like tour. It was like the back of this van. Like we were like the back seat of this van with this guy's like carting us around Malta, and I was thirsty. I was dying. And there's like tons of churches, so every stop was a church.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
Well, because there's a whole story about the history of Malta, which is interesting. Yeah. But they were under a UK rule till like the 70s, so everything's like all their plugs and everything is like European, like UK.
Yeah.
Which that's besides the point. So I'm thirsty as hell on this trip. It's hot. It's like July, right? So they have this Malta soda called Kimmy, and it is Kimmy, and it is god awful, the disgustingest soda in the planet.
What's the flavor profile?
You know, I honestly couldn't tell you. Dirt mixed with rocks and some root. Like I think it's Kimie. Kimmy soda. Maybe it's Kim. I don't know. It's absolutely disgusting. But I'll say, Kinney, Kinnie. Long story short, It's disgusting, but I have one down in the refrigerator still because we smuggled one back.
Have you had Moxie?
Yeah, I've had Moxie. There's a
like that?
I honestly I couldn't even tell you.
Moxie's like prunes or something.
Yeah.
What's your
like
number 2?
Oh, we're back on this. I'm just kidding. Best gross out foods. So we talked about chilled monkey brains, and so I had to put something on the list, which I didn't really want to, but I'm gonna talk about it for 2 seconds, and we're gonna go on. You ever see Salo? 120 Days in Sodom?
No.
It's like the one of the worst movies you could possibly watch. So it was like during World War II, Italian fascism took over, and then these weird oligarchs took 60 boys and 60 girls, like older kids. We're not talking young.
Yeah.
And they take them into this mansion, and it's just this, and they torture him and all this stuff. But there's a food scene where it's a highbrow dinner. Yes, it's I don't even want to talk about it. So there is a dinner scene where it's like a highbrow. You think it's gonna be this huge dinner, and it is poo poo on the platter, and then they eat, and it's absolutely disgusting to watch. And I had to bring
What
it
is
up.
it?
Well, number 2.
Oh, come on.
I know. I told you. I just had. I mean, it's the pinnacle of gross out food in a movie.
Wow. I don't know.
And then there's like there's even like a plum sauce on it and stuff.
Okay, so
so that was my 2 seconds of Salo. Don't watch
oh my
Salo.
God.
Then
Can I add one to your list?
Absolutely.
The Twinkie Wiener Dog from UHF.
UHF. Yeah, I don't know if I would put that in gross out though. I feel like that would be in one I would actually try.
Mediocre. Yeah, I mean I'm half and half there. I just worry about the marshmallow cream of the Twinkie in the meat.
Yeah, I like how everyone's talking about Salo. I totally struck a chord. People who
I'm not adding that to Shoot 'Em Up or Brazil. I'm gonna let Sleeping Dogs lie.
I don't even think I have a hard copy of it. I think I have it just a download copy.
My wife is disturbed enough by what I watch before bed. I'm not gonna add that to it.
So another Twilight Zone movie with the burgers. Doesn't he have peanut butter?
I don't remember this.
Peanut butter on burgers. He's like, it's good like that. Like the kid that like makes like is like telekinesis.
Okay, I could see that being okay.
Yeah, that's why like it didn't make the list.
Because like I've had peanut butter and jelly wings before.
Twilight Zone burgers.
That was pretty good.
I'm sure chat if they actually get off Salo. Yeah, there's I want to say it's just when he pulls up the patty or like the bun and it's all like stringy.
I haven't watched the Twilight Zone movie since I was a kid. I'll have to check that out again. Peanut butter on hot dogs, Scott?
Oh.
Maroon.
Okay, so my number 1 is gross out. So Machine Girl. This Japanese movie. Yeah. I know. Right back into like the gross out. So it's over the top, newer movie where this girl, it's a revenge film. She comes back and has a machine gun for an arm. But there's like, it's over the top. There's like flying guillotines in it, like over the top gore and everything. But the Yakuza, ninjas and everything, the Yakuza punishes their cook by slicing off his fingers and making him make sushi out of it and then eating it.
Oh my God.
So he's like stumped for a hand and is like shakily eating like finger sushi. That I mean, I think it's funny, but it's definitely would be a gross out food for sure. Sushi scene.
There are some dark things in the annals of film history, ladies and
I mean, like that's nothing. So there's this iceberg. So did I tell you about the iceberg of the darkest films?
Nope.
So I thought that I was like, oh, okay. So Salo, 120 Days of Sodom on there for sure. Caligula, right? So like
Caligula.
The go-tos. And then like I was like, all right, so everything I thought, like Faces of Death, everything I thought was gonna be the tier, the bottom tier was like mid-tier, like like nothing. Like a Serbian film, like all this stuff.
I cannot no.
So Serbian film.
Punishment just brought it up. Serbian film.
Yeah,
Do
so
not watch it.
That's nothing. So the iceberg, that was like mid to top tier, and then from there, obviously like Rotten.com and stuff shows up. That's not a movie, right? So
no, but my wife and I were just talking about the old days of Rotten.com.
Yeah, did you see that meme that was going around with the Ninja Turtles?
No.
It's like Turtles 2 when they're on the computer. It said me and the boys in the 90s going to Rotten.com.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I did see that. Yeah. My wife sent it to me. Yeah.
Yeah, so I ended up watching a movie at the bottom. I found one that I could watch the bottom. and it was all right. But I don't know where I'm even going with this. But I was just saying,
What is it?
it's called Black Metal Veins. It's a documentary about heroin users.
Oh God.
Depressing, absolutely depressing. I'm gonna make my kids watch it because like they show like the teeth, like she pulls her mouth back and like teeth. But supposedly the big thing is that she dies at the end. Like she overdoses on like a couch and you can just see like or a mattress and you see just like a blood pool up, and then like the camera's still watching. Like the rumor was that it's real, but it's fake. She doesn't actually. I looked it up. She didn't actually die, but it's a pretty brutal movie though. She was definitely a heroin addict for sure.
Black Metal Veins.
Black Metal Veins. The guy who made the movie is this. He does like vomit doll movies where I don't know. You'd have to just don't go down that rabbit hole.
The director's name is Lucifer Valentine.
Yes, that's the guy.
My goodness.
That's supposedly. That's supposedly the. Antichrist is good though. Hypersigil Games brought up the Antichrist. You ever see that one? William Dafoe. It's a artsy fartsy film. It's a good one. Yeah, I mean, well, that we could do a whole episode on depravity in movies, like the lowest low. I've watched a lot of them, just because, like, I mean, you're like, how hard can you get? How like, what's the most ridiculous thing you could watch?
We're getting into some dark territory here, brother.
I know. I've watched a lot of these movies, but I can't think. There was another one. There's another like super famous. And I mean, that's how like Holy Mountain got involved and stuff. Because like that's not Holy Mountain's not like bad, but it's like that midnight movie. It's definitely a gateway into like harder movies for sure.
There's images in that film that were unspoken of at that time.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh man, I wish. I mean, yeah. See, that's the whole thing. They talk about snuff films, but I mean, like the theory is that snuff films are an urban legend, right? Like they don't exist. But I mean, like, come on, anybody like ridiculous. Anybody with money can make a freaking snuff film. Like if any amount of money goes far in some of these places in the world,
Well, that's like most of the movies about the fictional movies about snuff films are about that, like these rich guys in the Hollywood Hills, and these there was like wasn't that the premise of one of those
8mm.
Yeah, 8mm. Right.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Like the dark web exists. But yeah, how do we get this off on this tangent? That's my fault.
You were talking about the poop scene from
Salem,
whatever that
Salem 120 Days in Sodom. Actually, there's a Cradle of Filth music video that parodies it. So if you just watch,
really?
Yeah. So if you just watch that, you're good.
I think Danny's got a pretty good sense of humor.
Oh, I'm a huge Dan fan.
Yep. I am too.
He's 5'0" So who's taller, Glenn Danzig or Danny Filth?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a very good question.
I mean, how we could just settle this right now. How tall is Danzig?
God.
Danzig DeVito. He's 5'3". Danzig's 5'3".
Danzig's 5'3"?
Yeah. Danny Filth is 5'5". Danny Filth is tall.
How about Ronnie James? How tall was he? He must have been about 5'3".
You think so?
Maybe even shorter.
5'4".
All right. Wow. So Glenn, what is he? Anzone?
Yeah, Anzione.
Yeah. Wow.
So, let's see. How tall is Danny DeVito? Watch him be like taller than all of them.
Oh, he's under 5 feet.
He's 4'10", yeah.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Glenn Danzig shorter than Danny DeVito? Only in our hearts.
Man, I watched I'm a huge Andy Kaufman fan, and I watched Jim Carrey. There's a new documentary on Netflix about Jim Carrey and his experience becoming Andy Kaufman.
Yeah.
And I thought I was going to get some great existential knowledge from it. I didn't. I was pretty disappointed with the film.
Jim Carrey can go either way.
I loved him. I think he's an interesting guy, but I don't know. I don't know if he has transcended or has just become empty. But it's an interesting movie. But
yeah, he's not as
good as I thought.
I've noticed that like in like recent times, he definitely seems bitter and getting old and bitter.
I mean, when you have so much and you realize it still doesn't move you. I don't know. He seems like a sad guy. I feel bad for him.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, and on that note of Salo 120 Days of Sodom. See, I had to put it on though, right? Like you can't.
Of course, there's nothing wrong. No,
I
no.
appreciate
I mean,
it.
come on. This is ravioli for Randy. This isn't, you know.
I mean, this is the show that coined the term piss filter. So I mean, yeah, we gotta like bring
absolutely. We're not talking Criterion here. All right.
Oh, I believe Criterion did put out a Salo 120 Days of Sodom release.
Truman Show did get to him, Hypersailor, and there's an amazing line he says about Eternal Sunshine. Crazy that all these films like directly connect to everything he struggled with, and I think, yeah.
What do you think a Salem VHS goes for? That's what I want to know. Salo, I'm pretty sure Criterion did put out the something. Anyway, now you got me going down the Salo.
As I'm watching Fatalities screen behind you.
Oh, I know.
Over and over.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat going.
That's great.
Yeah. So, what is your number 2?
No, that was my number 2.
I don't remember. What'd you say? You didn't bring it up yet.
Yeah, I did. So I had one. I had Nothing But Trouble. Then I went to Stand By Me.
Yep.
You brought up Pee-wee, so that struck down. Temple of Doom, Saturday Night Fever. So I'm at my number 1.
No, you should be at number 2. Because you brought up Pee-wee's Big Adventure. No, Pee-wee's Big Adventure was my number 4.
All right, I'll throw it in there.
All right, throw in a bone.
This one's for my wife because she wanted me to add it to the list.
All right,
and it was brought up in the chat too. The imaginary food scene hook.
You gotta put a pin in it. That is my number 1.
Oh boy! All right.
So that's fine. So then we are in our number 1s then.
So my number 1, greatest food scene of all time. Every family dinner, holiday, this comes up amongst my family because it is second to none, and it's a crime, it's a sin that more people don't know about this movie. One of my favorite comedic and dramatic actors of all time, Mr. Dom DeLuise, in an amazing film. Great time of year to watch it right now, folks. The film is called Fatso, and it is up there in my top favorite films of all time. Fatso, starring Dom DeLuise. Poor Dom is mourning the loss of his cousin, his name is Dom. No, what is his cousin's name? I forget. Anyways, his cousin dies because he's overweight. He drops dead. Guy's like, really overweight. He drops dead. So he starts to think about his life, and he explores his food addiction to deal with his emotions. He's got but it shows him as a kid how every time he got hurt or he got sad, they fed him. In classic Italian-American family. He runs a stationery shop. He's nice to all the old women. He helps them pick out cards. Dom DeLuise at his finest. And he falls in love with a girl, and he's looking death in the face, so he wants to lose weight. He joins this club called Chubby Checkers, and it's a diet club. It's almost like it's like a Overeaters Anonymous, right? And one night, he wakes up his brother, Junior. He wakes him up with a kitchen knife because he's on a purge. Junior, the part of the deal is they locked up all the cabinets in the house, so he can't get to any of the food. He has a very strict diet, and he's depressed. So there's this scene starts with him going after Junior, trying to get the keys to open up the cabinets that are all chained in the apartment, right? So then he finally breaks down. He apologizes as his brother's on his knees. St. Anthony, save me. And then they make the call, the intervention call to the other members of Chubby Checkers. So they come over the house for an intervention. And it starts, speak about Rube Goldberg's, it starts very simply where they're sitting around drinking hot water. That's all they can have, hot water. And he goes, Junior, you know, I'd like a little lemon in my my hot water, please. Can you get me some lemon? And the other guy goes, I'd like some. Do you have any fresh squeezed orange juice? And they squeeze it. No, we're all out. And they start to talk ever so slowly. It snowballs. It's like, you know what I like when they dip the fruit like an orange in the dark chocolate. Oh yes. And then they start talking about different kinds of ice cream. And then they start talking about sucking the cream out of a donut and shoving it in with ice cream. Next thing you know, all these guys, they're ripping the damn cabinets off the wall. They're ripping the chains. They're threatening Junior. And then it goes to this festive scene where they're whipping up cookies. He's placing orders for takeout. It's just this food orgy. They have completely lost their minds, like food werewolves. It's an incredible scene. It's sad. It's a very sad. It's a poignant film, but there's a lot. It's a kind film at the same time. But oh my God, you got it. If you haven't, even you can watch most of it on YouTube. Fatso, you'll thank me later. That's my number one food scene.
Yeah,
I sent it to you, right?
Yeah, I watched it. I never seen it. So like with the context, it's even funnier. I was like lost for most of it. I was like, what the hell is he sending me? What is this? But yeah.
Oh, unbelievable.
Yeah, Scott
unbelievable.
says this has to be the only time in history that Salo and Fatso have been discussed in the same conversation. I said only.
Probably.
Said only on Ravioli.
Yep.
So, my number one category is best feast / food fight scene. So so Hook is obviously number one. That's the number one. That is a feast / food fight best scene / food fight scene. But there is preemptive things that I have to talk about every episode.
Okay.
We always talk about Turbo Kid.
Yep.
I can't think of all the other movies, but
Mac and Me,
Munchie and Mandy, right?
Yep.
So the number one movie, Dawn of the Dead. Always bring it back to Dawn of the Dead. The pie in the zombie face scene, and the seltzer water.
That is great. A little clowning around.
Yeah, with the
very good.
But yeah, I had to talk about Dawn of the Dead for a second because it's the greatest movie of all time.
Of course.
Nothing beats it. It's got everything. It literally you could talk about it in every episode. But I won't go on and on. You might be able to take every episode of Ravioli and do a whole Dawn of the Dead show.
Dawn of the Dead, Ravioli for Randy, yeah.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, so Hook. Let's talk about Hook. You a Hook fan?
I am a Hook fan.
Okay.
I was a big Hook fan when it came out. That was just a special time for films. I don't know. I got to look up what year that was. Like, was that around the same time as Batman?
I would say, I want to say before I look it up, Hook 90, 91.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm just like, there was this time, Brian, where it was just an avalanche of all that stuff. 91. Yep, 1991.
Yeah, I saw it in the theater. We went and saw it in the theater.
Of course I saw it. Yeah, that was huge. You had to see that in the theater.
Yeah, so like Robin Williams at his peak, you know, like no name. He was one of the biggest names in Hollywood at that point, you know, like Hook, Aladdin, Mrs. Doubtfire was probably a couple years after that. I mean, just like a tour de force.
Well, him as the family entertainer, absolutely.
Yeah. I know, like stand up and Mork and Mindy and all that stuff prior, but yeah, as the family aspect of it, yeah.
You ever see The World According to Garp?
No.
That's messed up.
What is it?
It's a Robin Williams film. I won't get into it, but if you ever want it, it's a really, really good movie. Messed up, but very, very good.
Excellent. I'll have to check it out. Add it to my list. Yeah, so Hook, like blockbuster, right? So like Summer.
Classic.
That's like
Absolutely.
the height of
Summer Jam.
the summer blockbusters.
Yeah.
AC was cool in the theater. You got your warm popcorn. Jurassic Park, Independence Day, '89 Batman, Turtles
Terminator
1,
2.
Terminator
Terminator 2
2.
was 91.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, yeah. So it was
Adam's Family. Yeah.
yeah, a slice of Americana right there, like
Yeah.
the summer blockbuster, right? So Hook, yeah, Hook was something magical, totally magical, awesome sets, awesome like music was phenomenal.
Music was awesome. The sets, there was just set upon set upon set. That was a Hollywood masterpiece.
Yep. And then so then you get to the scene, right? The famous feast where Robin Williams is still like Peter Panning at that point, right? Oh man.
Yep.
Father Goose just put a wall of text into the chat. So it used to be an active Renaissance fair scene when I was a pirate crew. One summer there was a family movie in the park event where they were showing for free inflatable screen. I convinced my guild to go down Pirate Garden and cheer for the pirates. So we showed up, cheered for the pirates, booed the Lost Boys, and had all the kids and parents looking at us like we were nuts. It was awesome. Hell yeah. So yeah, so Peter Panning, yet to be Pan the man, can't crow. He can't sling insults, right? Rufio has the sword. And so they sit down for food. Tink, right, is training him. Training him. So he's super hungry and he smells all this really good food that's all like sealed up. You can't see what it is, right? So as they open it, there's nothing there, right? It's like all in their imaginations. And so he's like super upset, but then so then him and Rufio get in a your mama battle essentially, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Rufio's not in a good way during this scene.
No,
very upset.
Yeah, so Peter Panning finally one ups old Rufio in the insult sling, and then he could see it. He he uses his imagination and sees the feast. And it's
there's nothing there. They're all pretending to eat. They're taking big bites out of air.
Yeah. Yeah. But then he finally sees it, and it is like every food you can imagine. Like I know, like Harry Potter is like kind of the same way too. Like those feasts that they have, it's the quintessential feast you think of.
That's that's actually another good one too. Yeah, a feast, roast.
Yeah, roast.
There's got to be it's not a feast if there's not turkey legs.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just a big meal. A feast. You have to have the giant Henry VIII turkey leg.
To bring that up, right? So why would you say Henry VIII turkey leg? Just
you know what? Isn't that like a Mandela effect?
It is a Mandela effect. Yes, I'm huge on the Mandela effects.
Now I think it comes from a movie.
I'm sure.
I looked this up, and there's like an old movie where he's chomping on a turkey leg.
Yeah, I'm sure. But yeah,
but there is no painting. That's a mistake. No. That's a misplaced memory.
Yeah. So, you ever go to Disney and have the turkey leg?
No, I had it at I went to one Renaissance fair in my life, and I got a turkey leg there, and it was salty.
How big was the turkey leg?
It's the size of a child's head.
So then, the rumor is that those are actually emu legs.
Come on.
Why would it be a turkey? Have you ever seen a turkey that big?
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Yes, that's the rumor that they're emu.
Wait, so where's all these emus lying around?
In the secret Disney slave pits.
Oh my god!
They just chop it off emu legs, so they only chop one off so they can hop around in circles.
Yeah, like that's what's hopping around in the back of Wizard of Oz.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Underneath the hanging munchkin.
So interesting story about that. Do you ever watch The Dark Side of Film on Shudder?
I think so. Tell me about this.
So it's a series that they talk about. Like I want to say it's The Dark Side of Film or Cursed Film. Anyway, but there's 2 seasons of it, and then like the first season. Cursed Films. Yeah.
Yeah.
First season they
Speaking
did
of Twilight Zone. Yeah,
Twilight Zone. They did Poltergeist. Problematic like productions and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then they actually in the second season, the Wizard of Oz episode is pretty wild. And then like
I got to check that out. I love Wizard of Oz lore.
Well, they the actors for the Munchkins, they put them like on the roof, in the premiere to entice people to come in, and they all got drunk up there, like got naked. Like you just gotta watch the episode. But
I certainly will. Sold.
They talk about it that there. So the hanging actor scene, right? So like you watch it now, and it's a bird, but supposedly it's a specific. It's like one of the first VHS releases of Wizard of Oz have it, and then supposedly prior releases they digitally took it out and put the bird there. Is the conspiracy theory?
They took the bird out?
No, they took the hanging Munchkin out.
Because I thought that was always just a myth.
I don't know. You got to watch the show.
All right, I'm gonna watch the show.
They talked to a guy who's got that version. Watch that episode. It's very good because I mean
I certainly will.
That's like that time in Hollywood, like the 40s, right? Wizard of Oz came out in the 40s.
I should know that. I think it's the 30s.
Dang, 30s? Could you imagine? The movie came out in the 30s.
Yeah, it must have.
39. Dang, it's that old. We're still talking about it today.
Yep.
What other? I mean,
it's beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's one of the greatest movies ever made.
Absolutely, without a doubt. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's never and they can I mean, Return to Oz is its own thing. I'm a huge Return to Oz fan.
That's something on my list actually that I've been wanting to watch again soon. Yeah. Return to Oz, definitely on my list that I'm gonna watch over the next couple of weeks.
But think about it, right? So they never remade it. They made that Oz Great and Powerful prequel, but maybe it just doesn't have the staying power. I guess Oz, right?
Well, they did it. That's just. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but it's got the Lord of the Rings. They could do a whole epic series of all the Oz stuff.
That's true because the books, Frank L. Baum's books, they go in a lot of different directions.
Yeah, they're all over the place. I'm exposing secret dark cabal farming emus and feeding all the Ren fairs across. Yeah, I mean how popular Wicked was. That is true. Wicked, the Broadway musical, super popular. I mean, but that's the thing. Is the audience for Wizard of Oz dying out? Right? Because there was a huge.
I'm thinking about this as you're talking about this. This is like a hard math problem for me. But where is the Wizard of Oz these days?
Right, but think about it though, right? So when we were kids, there was a huge resurgence in Wizard of Oz because it had the huge probably 50th anniversary at that point.
That's what I'm thinking. That's probably a decade thing. I mean, we were inundated.
Yeah, absolutely. I watched it all the time. It's like a holiday film, right? March of the Wooden Soldiers at that same time.
Babes in Toyland.
Babes in Toyland, Wizard of Oz, right? That's your trifecta of holiday movies that aren't holiday movies. So I want to say I mean, do kids really care about Wizard of Oz anymore?
No, I mean not like when we were kids.
Yeah, I mean,
my sister had the basket. She had a blue bike like Dorothy had a basket on the thing.
Yeah, they had Barbies.
All the toys. I mean, McDonald's had the they had all that stuff. I think that's the thing too, Brian. I think grandparents of the 80s really pushed that film too.
Yeah.
Because it was so special to them.
I think so
there was
too.
this generational bridge.
Well,
and then that's not there anymore.
Yeah, our generational bridge is 80s to these kids. That's why Stranger Things is so popular. That's what we talk about. That's why you saw all this 50s stuff in the 80s because it's
the 30-year loop.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't work for Wizard of Oz.
I just think Wizard of Oz was timeless.
Yeah.
But
okay, and the biggest thing, the advent of the VHS.
Yeah, the advent of the VHS. So, I don't know, Zach, did you see? I just talked about the Munchkin killing himself because he says, Joey Royale, can you please kill this once and for all for me? Did a Munchkin actually hang himself on set?
So I don't think so, man. I'll watch your show, but I have looked this up. I don't think, unless it was a cover-up, there's any record of a Munchkin hanging themselves.
I mean, why? So, yeah. So, to get back to it real quick. Yeah, I mean, as kids, we had the VHS copy. Yeah, if it's anything, I like the Wonka remake.
Hey,
Yeah.
okay, look at this.
What? Oh,
There's a link
the
to
RPG.
the Oz role-playing game.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued here.
Yeah, I think maybe there's I don't know.
For use with the 5th edition of the world's oldest role-playing game. That also makes me think about. Have you seen Neverland? That book.
Yeah, I've seen the book, but it's like, yeah, it's right there. I've never bought it. I heard it's pretty good though.
It looks beautiful. Hey,
Yeah.
and this Oz book kind of looks nice on the inside too.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I could see it definitely having a like a pretty good RPG setting.
I mean, yeah, there's probably some mythos in there that from the novels that.
Father Goose said it's the same author as Neverland.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, so Punishment talks about the VHS of Oz as a kid. And that was a big deal for me. Yeah, because it's a specific VHS. It's the like you got to watch the episode of the show because he says like this VHS copy is the one. Like after that, like they subsequently took it out because of the urban legend supposedly. But that.
All right.
What about Black or Pink Floyd Wizard of Oz?
We did that in college. That was it was spooky.
So
it lined up, man. It lined up. We were in another world.
Do you ever you a fan of the band No Effects?
I had Punk and Drublick. That's all I'm familiar with.
So supposedly they did not supposedly they did an album called The Decline. It's like an 18-minute song on an album, and supposedly you can link that up to Pink Floyd's The Wall. So they did it like the opposite way. And
of the movie.
Yeah, of the movie. And we tried it, and I think it worked. I don't know, it's hard to tell because you can always like sync something up. Like, oh look, that kind of goes, like your brain is like putting the patterns together. So it was the old see, I don't know which one it was. I have to rewatch the show, but watch.
All right, that's going to be everybody out there. That's going to be all of our homework. We're going to have a discussion about this.
Yeah.
I want to get down to brass tacks. Wizard of Oz was a big deal. I think one of the guys was local to my town. It was either the Tin Man or I think it was Ray Bolger, the Scarecrow.
Mm-hmm.
Had something to do with my town.
Well, they talk about the original Tin Man in that movie.
Yeah.
That was a whole thing. And then
he got poisoned by the silver paint.
Yep.
And then Margaret Hamilton, didn't she get some pretty bad burns?
Yeah, super burned from like that part when she leaves the Munchkin Land for the first, and then like that ball of fire and the kid, like the elevator taking her down was too slow.
Yep.
And burned her up. So speaking of that though, you've never been to Disney? You said, right?
No, I've been to Disney once. Yeah.
Did you ever do the ride? I can't think of the name of it. It's not there anymore. It was like the Great American Movie Ride.
No. I went like 5 years ago.
Yeah, it should have still been there. It's in Florida one. Man, creepy. It was animatronic. So you go through the history of the film but it was animatronic like Munchkin Land you like go into. It's creepy. Like there's animatronic
that's right up my alley.
You'd love it. I mean, it runs the gamut. So like you go from there into like a 40s gangster like shoot 'em up like a Wild West, and then it even goes into Alien, right? So like you're like in the Nostromo, like
oh wow,
going up, you see all the stuff, and then like there's like a hiss of like steam, and you see like the xenomorph like right in like the flashing lights and like smoke and stuff coming at you.
It's not there anymore?
No, they tore it down, unfortunately. And I want to say it's like, I don't even know what they put in the spot. Something crappy for sure. It was one of my favorite rides there.
Hook was a great movie. It was a great time, but I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
The action figures, they bombed.
Bombed? You didn't like the
They weren't posable enough. They didn't have. They had like 4 points of articulation. They did have some cool weapons though, but that was like that time where like Kenner. I think Kenner did them. Like it was like the same time like that where there was like a million different Batman.
Yeah, so 89 Batman.
They just repainted Batman a million times.
Did they ever do a Hook cereal? That's the big thing.
No, I don't think so. I think Hook did have McDonald's toys though. I remember those.
There was a McDonald's tie-in.
Yep.
Yeah. Was there a Lost Boys Szechuan sauce?
I don't think so. No, they didn't get into the food. They didn't do a lot of food stuff back then.
Are you a Rick and Morty fan?
You know what, Brian? I've never watched the show.
Really?
Never watched the show.
So I talk about Szechuan sauce. You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you?
Yes, I do. No,
oh, okay.
Elvis told me about it. Yeah, he
like,
looks it up on eBay.
He was probably like, yeah, what is Mulan and why is there a Szechuan sauce in this show for... Oh, man, Rick and Morty's good.
Yeah, you should check it out.
Yeah.
You check out Over the Garden Wall yet?
I did. Phenomenal.
What do you think?
Oh, my
good,
God.
good. I'm glad you like it.
Amazing. Like, I had to, like, Google the ending.
What do you mean? You didn't watch the whole thing?
No, we watched it, but I had to, like, Google... Like, just like...
I did. I see what you mean. Like, in retro, like, what, like, after you consumed it all? Yeah, I did the same thing. I had to get deep. Everybody, if you haven't watched Over the Garden Wall, I'll say it until they bury me. I love it. I love it. Punishment likes it, too, yeah.
Oh, Doc Flock of Flames in the chat. Welcome. He's on the shows every once in a while, and he's heavy in the Discord. So Father Goose says, I only watched the first couple of episodes of Rick and Morty. I love the concept, but Rick's constant gagging. Morty, you gotta listen to me, Morty. No, it's really good. So then there's like the Rick and Morty Dungeons and Dragons. There's the comics, and then they did a adventure, and I ran it for the guys here, and it was fun. I had to improv. I had to take a lot of it out and add my own stuff because some of it's just not good. It wasn't good. There's like a part where you like, it's like meta, like you go into, and it's like the writer of the adventure, like writing, because like it's like, oh well, we were too lazy to make this room, so it's like the writer writing. It's like that's so stupid. So I took that.
It sounds like a cop out there.
Yeah, it was super cop out. So I took that out. But anyway, other than that, it was pretty cool. And then it was fun. And Rick and Morty's always good. We got the Rick and Morty Munchkin as well. You play Munchkin?
I'll check it out.
You ever play Munchkin?
I have not played. I've watched it being played. Like I've watched like the playthrough, but I haven't actually played it myself. It looks pretty cool.
Oh my God. Yeah, we got Rick and Morty Munchkin. I got like regular Munchkin with a bunch of expansions. I got Adventure Time Munchkin.
I love Adventure Time.
Adventure Time Munchkin.
Munchkin has the 40K Munchkin.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. I went to buy the 40K Munchkin at Barnes and Noble, but I switched it out and got, I think, a Pathfinder close adjacent one that's more along the lines of like Dungeons and Dragons to keep it more fantasy focused. Yeah, then they have Ninja Turtle Munchkin. Yeah, you got to get on the Munchkin train.
All right, I'll give that a shot. I want a quick game to play at the table.
Oh, Elvis will love it. You backstab each other and like screw each other over.
Did you get the 40K Commander MTG?
Yeah, I got them all.
You got them all?
Yeah. Yep. And then I finally got my Secret Lair Heads I Win, Tails You Lose Commander.
Did you really? You got it?
A year and a half later, I got it. Yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, but those 40K decks are fun. I sleeved them all up, and then I played with a buddy at work, just those decks versus each other, and it's really fun.
There's some expensive cards in those powerful cards.
Oh yeah, phenomenal stuff.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
Yeah, they're doing Gingy. Yeah, I saw that. The horror, like a Japanese horror MTG Secret Lair. It's pretty cool.
I saw that. That's cool.
Yeah, that's some good stuff right there. So yeah, so homework is Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz. I'm gonna watch Shoot 'Em Up and Brazil.
Yeah, watch the trailers, and then just you're gonna send me a WoW later after the Brazil one.
All right.
It's a Terry. I believe it's Terry Gilliam.
Oh, that's another. I gotta watch Time Bandits again soon.
Oh, Time Bandits is phenomenal.
That's a great movie. That blew my mind as a kid.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So that movie is like one of my all-time favorites as well. And then so yeah, so what do you want to so soda, right? So like the soda.
Yeah, guys and gals, whoever's in the chat, let's talk about that. In the meantime, so now you're entering the holiday season, and I know there's going to be some cool stuff coming out. So, join the party. We'll have a soda pop party. What about that, Brian? Want to do something like that?
Yeah, we'll do a 3P party. You ever have a 3P party as a kid?
No.
Pizza Pop and Parents.
Oh, there you go. All right.
God, I mean, we're old.
I told you about the place in my town, Pizza Pipes and Pandemonium.
Yeah.
That was great. Pipe organ place. Yeah. All right. So I think I'm going to pick up Munchkin too.
Yeah, pick up Munchkin. I think especially because your kids are old enough to figure it out.
Yeah.
You could definitely play it with the fam.
I've been trying to get my daughter to play Betrayal at House on the Hill, but she won't touch it.
This will be perfect.
I think this will be. I think I need a more entry level game.
It's easy. Even people at work who like, it's got like light RPG kind of, not elements of RPGing in it, but like tropes and stuff.
Yeah,
like you get class and race cards and stuff.
Yeah, Steve Jackson.
Yeah, Steve Jackson game. It's great stuff.
So this is funny. We're all gonna gather around with our sodas and talk about the Wizard of Oz. This is gonna be wonderful.
Yeah, so we can let's write it on the calendar, right? So let's do that for the Ravioli for Randy Christmas party.
I like that idea. Yeah. Let's do a Raviolis for Randy Christmas party. Dress up, bring your favorite soda, and we'll get everybody around the table to talk. That'll be real nice.
Remember we did the Neon Maniacs one where there was a bunch of us? So we could do the same thing again.
That would be wonderful. You're all invited.
Yeah, so bring a soda pop to talk about, and then your
bring a snack. Bring a snack if you want to.
Bring a conspiracy theory within reason.
Oh, look, now we're getting somewhere.
Within reason.
Hey, how about this? Soda and a snack, and a media-based conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
All right. Let's not get too weird out there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, keep it like
no Pizzagate QAnon.
Well,
baloney.
Yeah.
We're talking like the Hanging Munchkin.
Yeah. No Protocols of the Elders of Zion. Nothing like that. Like So Avril Lavigne is dead.
Yeah,
Eminem a clone.
Yeah, Andrew WK. The
Area 51. We could talk about. I'll go as far as what's that thing where they all get naked in the woods? Bohemian Grove.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Look up.
All right, I'll look at Bohemian Grove.
Bilderberg. Like Black Helicopters, Mind Control, MK Ultra. We'll go through all.
All right. Yeah, just don't get too. You know what? You guys, you're part of the Ravioli crew. You know.
Yeah,
don't
keep it. Don't keep
it
light.
fun.
No
keep it fun.
No salo.
Hey, how about Loeb? Did I say anything about Loeb? Read about Loeb?
No, what's that?
Oh boy! All right, I'm gonna give a shout out to these guys that I really like. That would be rad podcast. All right. They do a lot of weekly shows about the supernatural and the unexplained. That would be rad podcast. They had a very interesting one about Loeb. LOAB.
Are you talking about the AI art?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually I just sent it out to somebody.
Yep. Oh yeah, absolutely punishment. A cryptid stream and talk about local myths and creatures.
Yeah.
Oh, Brian, they're writing our episodes for us.
Yeah, that's all. See, that's what happens.
Bring it. Let's do that. Remember Jared's story? Jared had a great story. Okay. Yeah. Can we add that on, Brian? Let's add that on. So conspiracy theories and or local cryptids and myths.
It's got to be local to your state.
Okay, I love it. Absolutely, definitely punishment. I love to listen to that. I want to hear things.
But then
it'll be like our own Art Bell sleepover show.
Yeah, east of the Rockies, you're on the air.
East of the Rockies.
In the land of Nod.
On the land of Nod. Oh yeah.
So
I'm
cut.
Yeah,
I'm gonna I've been trying to find episodes. Like I think I've listened to every single episode on YouTube, and I need to get the AM coast to coast streaming service where it has all the archived episodes. It's only
So
like
on
$3 a month.
On Spotify, there's a pretty good bank of Art Bell, Coast to Coast, and Dreamland, and all that kind of stuff. But to get all of it, I mean, they do have some really pivotal episodes on there on Spotify.
Yeah.
But I think you do have to get the specific streaming service.
Yeah, it's cheap. It's not expensive. But then, because we were talking about UFOs. I don't remember how we got on UFOs at the house. And then I was like, it's like Blink-182. Aliens exist, right? Because Tom DeLonge's this huge alien guy. And
yeah.
Abby's like, oh, well, he was saying they're like interdimensional. Like, that was on Art Bell in the 90s. Like, like the guy, the Area 51 guy called the
Bob
frantic.
Bob,
Not even
Bob
Lazar. Not even Bob Lazar. The guy who calls in. I used it for.
Oh yeah. And then the radio station blows up.
Yeah, the radio. Yeah, they went off the air with that guy. The signal got cut. But but yeah.
Punishment. Old Gods of Appalachia. I started it. I absolutely loved it. I got into 3 episodes, and then life got in the way, and I didn't catch up. But that is a very, very good recommendation, and I even think they did a role playing. They did a role playing.
Yeah, didn't they make like a crap ton of money? Yeah, there you go. Excited for the new RPG too.
Yeah, that's great, man.
Yeah, that's the one where isn't that like the videos too, like where it's like Statue of Liberty is like holding like a Cthulhu and like a giant god inside of it. There's like video.
What's that?
There's like this channel. It's not Old Gods. It's not Old Gods of Appalachia. It must not be because there's videos. So I watched this thing. It was like all the monuments. The reason why there's like Mount Rushmore, like all the monuments around the United States and beyond aren't necessarily monuments. They're prisons for giant monsters. So there's I think it's a YouTube channel. So then there's like found footage of like the creature, like the Statue of Liberty, like under the eyes or something. It's like this conspiracy. Like, why is like all these people going to the Statue of Liberty?
Father Goose, I thought it was SCP too. I gotta look it up. That sounds amazing.
SCP Foundation. I'll have to look for it. Mountains are all the prisons for elder beings. Yeah. I don't know what it was. I just saw something I saw a video like down a rabbit hole once about it. I thought it was kind of
went
cool.
down okay, I'm gonna throw this out there. This will never be found, but right around the time I found out about SCPs, and I found out about like no sleep on Reddit.
Right.
And one day at work, it was during the summer, I went down the rabbit hole, and it was one of the spookiest things, and it really inspired some parts of WHPA. And it was a note. I can't find it. I can't search for it. I don't know anything about it. But it was a video accompanied it of a huge underground. It was like a pump station or something, and it was just like these watery catwalks underground, right? And as they got closer, they heard orchestral music, like classical music, and there was like a chair in a room. And I got goosebumps thinking about it. But oh man, I don't know if anybody. This rings a bell to anybody. Let me know. It's one of those lost pieces of media that that has been lost to the ether.
I'm sure it's out there. You said it was on YouTube?
Like, I don't understand where this film came from because it was so expansive. Even if I know it's probably just some guy messing around, but like just to film that, like what was the location?
So all right, so give me a brief description. Would you say was it like found footage?
No, it was like, hey guys, I work for this company and something weird happened. And it's like the guy going through this like underground like facility. I don't know if it was like a pump station or something like that. And they eventually, the video ends like when he eventually comes through like this room where there's just an empty chair and like a record player with music playing. Wait, Punishment, you know what I'm talking about?
It sounds like what's that game? Where they're underwater, BioShock.
Yeah, it's that does that. Yeah, But I don't know if anybody like. Oh man, Ravioli's getting weird tonight.
What you ever see the 9 Mile Hole in Siberia?
Yes. Is this where all the voices of the demons come from?
Yeah, like they drill a hole.
Yeah,
Supposedly
yeah.
they set
You
a
can listen
microphone
to it.
down.
They listen to the sounds on YouTube, the
Yeah.
screams as well.
Unfortunately, it's been debunked, and it was by
Yeah,
evangelical.
yeah. That was a long time ago.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like Weekly World News.
Yeah,
But
oh
that's
yeah.
a great one.
Yeah, that's a
All
classic.
right. So everybody, oh, I love this, man. We're getting into what's going to happen is Raviolis for Randy going to turn second season, and things get real weird.
Oh, so you say it's like a sewer? Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's it.
So then, okay, so then Google. Let's see.
But Brian, I've spent hours Googling this. Hours.
Yeah, sewer maintenance facility video, empty chair. I'll find it. Ye of little faith. My Google foo is strong. He saw it on 4chan.
Okay, I knew it was some kind of weird thing. Like I went deep down.
Oh, I mean, yeah, this is like most of my time when I'm like working on book stuff. You ever like Lazy Masquerade is a channel I watch a lot. It's a like a YouTube channel where it goes like talks about like wild stuff, like weird stories. And then there's the other one. I think I probably sent it to you. I don't remember. There's a bunch of channels I watch. I just sent you one.
I guess like the back rooms are a big deal now for kids.
What do you mean?
My son and his friends, you know about the back rooms, like
No.
liminal spaces.
No, proceed.
All right, so I don't know the whole deal, but like I was following, inherently people like us are like in the liminal spaces, like old 70s motels, the hallways of 70 motels, or like abandoned stores in the mall. You know, they just go on and on and on. And like now there's like AI generated stuff of these back rooms. And I don't know if it's like now translated into like Roblox or something, but now there's all this lore, sort of like SCPs, around liminal spaces. Almost like mall wave stuff. It's just it's interesting. Yeah, like you like Punishment says, it's like when you clip into a weird space between the world. And somebody did a great one. It was real of like they were at a spirit and they zoomed into the pegboards into one peg, and then like beyond the peg there was just like this expansive empty J.C. Penney's. It was really cool.
Man, could you imagine? So most like J.C. Penney's are abandoned, right? A lot of them were 2 stories. Just that like defunct old escalator in the dark right now.
We have that at our mall. So we have a defunct Macy's that was originally a Jordan Marsh or a Filene's, and it closed last year. And right before it closed down, they were selling all the displays and everything. And I went in, and they still, oh man, it took me back. They still have like that wood pattern from the 80s, like like that tiled wood, kind of like not a spiral, but all blocked out that you just don't see anymore. There was the prism mirrors. Oh man, but they're just, you're right. They're just sitting there, unheated.
With the mannequin still alive in there.
Yeah, just walking around. Like what's that? Live from Ohio? What's that thing?
I'm talking about.
I think I said it.
Possibly in Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a huge possibly
in Michigan, folks.
Massive possibly a Michigan fan. Yeah, Local 58.
Local 58.
We talk about
influence. Huge influence on me.
Yeah, Local 58 is what I watch to get any of my like station station cards and everything.
Yeah. So I panicked. So I started to write WHPA, and I was doing more and more research on it, like public access and all that. And I found Local 58, and my heart sank. And I'm like, oh my God, this is what I'm going for. WHPA took a more comedic turn, but 58 was huge.
Yeah, but Local 58 is not a role-playing game, though.
That's correct. That's correct.
Yeah, like, and they're so non-frequent with their posting. They went
Yeah,
like,
they went. So I'm concerned because they went digital. Like the station, there was like a mess at the station was no longer going to be doing like the regular cable broadcasts.
yeah,
So are they entering the modern age? I hope not.
I hope not.
Oh, Punishment. Okay, Punishment got the last copy of WHPA. Thanks, buddy. I'm glad it landed okay.
There's another one right there.
Oh yeah,
You
absolutely,
got me
guys. If you
hooked.
have not seen WNUF Halloween special,
This actually has deleted commercials on it that didn't make the cut.
oh really?
Yeah, there's a lot of extra stuff. Highly
Yeah,
recommend.
everybody out there, if you haven't seen WNUF, all right. So listen, WHPA. I'm sending it to Mix'em in a couple weeks. I'm just doing it to save shipping because I'm going to be printing out Tales from Fairhaven Volume 1, which collects all the mailings and a whole bunch of new little adventure hooks in there too. Bry's contributing,
Yep.
the dudes from Don't Tell Mom and Dad, my buddy from TPK Zine, Jared Wan. We got a bunch of contributors looking into it too. So it's all coming back. I'm just saving up money right now to get all those things printed together.
You guys may be cool. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
You just have to get yours autographed by the man. Then you'll be lucky enough. This is
absolutely. Oh, look, they even put it in the Etsy. Thank you.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those games that you got to buy. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. Like, such a good idea. I wonder who kind of pushed you in the direction of compiling all those things.
A very wise man from upstate New York.
It was pretty much just so I could make my own WHPA content.
No, it's awesome that you guys pushed me to do that, because we were talking about the supplements, man. Supplements, keeping a theme going.
Yeah, that's a big thing. You could talk about supplements all the time. Like, you got to keep your brand like popular. I mean, there's no other WHPA game. That's it.
Yeah. And there's so many rule systems out there now. You can always make a new rule system, but I think I'm going to, going forward, just expanding the stuff that I've already done.
Yeah. You could even do like darker dice.
People have said like a monster manual aspect of it, or a mini adventure. I got to get that reprinted too. That was really fun.
Yeah, Darkest Dice could definitely use a like expansions for sure. Advanced Darkest Dice.
Yeah. Well, we're definitely going to do an expansion of Ninja City.
Yeah.
Ninja City Neoterix.
Yeah, Ninja City, Neon Lords crossover. So Ninja City, Neon Lords crossover is going to be the Kingdom of Miami Road Atlas. So each mega city is going to have their own book. So Zach says, I live about 10 minutes from Central PA, which was, whatever, that weird word, Central Australia. Centralia,
PA.
Yeah, the reader.
Centralia, PA.
Which was
I read about this.
Oh yeah, the Silent Hill thing. Oh yeah, WHPA Adventure in like the town with like the fire.
That would be awesome. Absolutely. That would be awesome. That's a lot like Old Gods too. The Old Gods has the Mind Fire, and that brings up what the hell was that thing? I told you about this. It was on Netflix. It's real. Like they investigate. They're investigating the the caves. Oh, what was it, man? My memory is shot tonight.
Yeah, I'm bad with
from all the food. But it's all about synchronicity, and Ingrid Kolb comes into play from Mothman Prophecies. I'm sure somebody in the chat knows what I'm talking about.
What about Planet X? Zachariah Stitchin. You ever get into that?
No.
It's like the planet. It's like a hidden behind the other planets. Like there's another planet in our solar system.
No, I'm not familiar with this.
Yeah, you have to look up Planet X. Supposedly, if it shows itself, it's like Armageddon. But this is like Art Bell in the '90s, and so far, Planet X
all right.
is not seen. It's about the caves having some weird ley line thing, punishment thing.
Yes. I know what it is. It's oh man, my mind is going to Swiss cheese. Ingrid Cold documentary. I'm just looking this up, guys, because now we're on the subject. This is pretty cool. Ingrid Cold, man. I'm burned out tonight. It's a documentary. I think it's on Prime or Netflix about paranormal investigators. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff.
They were it reminds me of WNUF Halloween special paranormal investigators. Dude,
oh, man, that reporter's awesome.
The reporter is by far one of the best actors ever.
Listen, the actors, they're great actors in that movie.
Yeah, phenomenal. That's like unbelievable. Like, I can't believe, for one, I never even heard about it.
Yeah, I mean, when I thought that, you'd be like, oh yeah, I saw that a million times.
No, I've never even heard of it. But it came out in 2012, and I was like, it was a weird time in my life in 2012. So like I didn't see it.
Okay.
And it just kind of fell into the wayside.
There's a story there.
What, 2012?
Hellier, everybody. Hellier. That's what it is. Hellier.
Yeah, we're going to have to do like a whole cryptids analog horror conspiracy ravioli episode. I mean, we're kind of
and that takes multiple people. So let's do that with our soda. That'll be our Christmas gift to each other. All of us come with your favorite story wrapped in a package, and we'll all get around the campfire and tell spooky stories for our holiday December raviolis for Randy. How's that sound, Bri?
Yeah, make sure you wear your ugliest of sweaters.
Absolutely.
Eggnog in the crystal.
Oh yes, yeah, with the ladle.
Yeah, the ladle.
Real nice.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So
let's wrap up, Brian.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. We're at 2:24, so not our usual 4-hour stream of conscious streams. We're trying to be a little bit more professional here, people. Okay, keep it a little.
But guys, the chat was awesome tonight. Thank you all very much. That really made the show.
Yep,
to be able to share
phenomenal.
this with you. And thanks for you guys that were really on for a while. You guys are awesome. You're really friends. And as always, Scotty, thank you for the shirts, man. I got my kids wearing them. Their cousins. Everybody's wearing them in town. It's a big deal. The Lord Blood shirt. So thank you.
Yeah, I need one. You gotta.
Absolutely. Yeah. You got the first one. I gotta get you the other ones. I saved one for your son too.
Excellent. He's gonna freak out.
Well, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thank you for your time.
Yep.
We'll give everybody a heads up far in advance. We'll really sell this one up so you guys can set aside some time.
Yeah.
We'll get around the fire with some sodas and talk about some weird stuff. That'll be fun.
So I would say, looking at the calendar, just to kind of give everybody an idea, like probably maybe the 21st or 22nd, kind of spitballing maybe around there.
Okay.
We'll pin it down, but maybe that week sometime.
We'll pin it down.
Just to kind of give people an idea.
Sure.
Awesome. Not necessarily anywhere where we're even going to have it, but just maybe a possibility. But yeah, With that being said, thank you for everyone hanging out. We already got a 22 is no good for him. It's his son's birthday. Well, happy birthday.
Hey, you know what we should do?
Yeah.
We should send out to all of our loyal fans. We'll send out like a Google survey to see what works for everybody. How about that, bro?
Yeah, I was thinking about doing like a Fiend Club. We should do a Fiend Club, right?
I think so. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. PAX next week. Brian, a bunch of guys will be down there. PAX next week.
I forgot about that. Yeah,
and then
PAX.
We're all going to be at TotalCon in February.
Yep.
Marlboro, Massachusetts, live and in person.
We have we got Crawl for the Cure December 10th.
Yes.
We're playing in the late show. Me and Joey are playing in a Mutant Crawl Classics game hosted by our good pal Luau Lu. Friend. Oh, we got to have Luau Lu on the show.
Yeah, we should have Luau Lu on here. Yep.
Yeah, I thought about that after because I was on their show. You ever been on this old dungeon?
I have not. I've watched it many times.
Did you watch? Oh, you watched my? Did you watch my episode?
Yes, I did.
All right,
Yeah.
excellent. It's not. What was that? Epic Levels when I was on that show.
Oh, I watched them all, Bry.
Good
I
friend.
watched them all.
You're a good friend. So, all right. Well, with that being said, yeah, if you haven't watched this old dungeon podcast with me on it, go watch it. No, just kidding. But it's a good one. I had fun. Lou kind of screwed me over on those Motu questions, but we'll talk about that later.
He's a good dude.
Yeah, he's awesome. I love him. Definitely got to get him on here. That'll be our next guest. We'll get. I mean,
Yeah, that sounds good.
We got a direct link with him. So, all right. With that being said, thank you. Talk to you guys later. If you're going to PAX next weekend, I'll see you there. Other than that, ciao.
Ciao, paisans.
Right.
Have a great night.
Have a good night, everybody. Bye.
Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland will be right back. But first, a word from our sponsors.